What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from TheQuartering, and I looked down at the date, looked at the time, and I thought, really, is there any better day to defend the brony community than the 20th of April? Here I am. I'm going to do it. Now,
What did he mean by this? 420. Let's support the bronies. How's it going, guys? We got some big Jeremy content today. As he's desperate, he's supporting what seems to be the grooming of. Well, we're getting into it as we get into it. But yeah, how's it going, guys? A little bit of a late stream, I guess, for me. Yesterday I was too busy because I had to wake up at 3 a.m. to go watch fish. Very, very fun. But I think we'll have some fun today. We've got the Jeremy Cuck allegations continue as we look back at his Cuck Simulator playthrough. Bald on bald. Rude, very rude, Trad. It's funny because it seems like anyone that's played the Cuck Simulator game has actually became a cuck. And I was looking at this as we started, and notice how little garbage there's on the stream. Like, it seems that the more like links, the more sidebars, the more chats, the more just slop you add to your stream, the worse and worse it gets. And there's actually kind of like a little bit of poetry in today because we're going to be looking at one of Nick's streams where he's completely hidden behind all of his garbage text. But it should be fun. It should be fun. So, oh, by the way, here's the fish that I saw. I had to get up at 3 a.m., but I got to go see the tuners. It's actually surprisingly keno event. Very, very cool to see. All right, well, we'll see what he's saying about these bronies as we get into the more serious stuff. But remember to hit that like and vote in the polls and all that good stuff.
there was a terrible event. In fact, there's been several terrible events that have been happening around this country that involves one person doing something awful to many others. And apparently, the mainstream media is now trying to attach this to the My Little Pony fan community, the subsect, which is male fans of my.
All right, so just before he gets into this, let's let him ruminate for a second. Is there such a thing as a good brony? Let me know in the chat with a 1 if that's true. I'm not sure. I think it's a very suspect little hobby you got there.
My Little Pony. Even I think I learned most about the brony community from the Bob's Burgers episode about what do they call them? Equestronauts? The Equestronauts, I think.
Deep as Bob Burger's lore.
Essentially, it's just male fans. By the broadest definition, it's male fans of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. All shows have fandoms. You don't have to understand it. Look, I understand my
wife going away with another man to a mysterious island in a plane for multiple days at a time. Go on, Jerry.
Which is large, and I have fans, viewers that are fans of all sorts.
You know what's fun is if you notice that Jeremy's so fat that every time he talks, the screen is like wobbling, like it's like a dinosaur walking around. Like, look at this.
Viewers that are fans of all sorts of things. Heck, my first video editor was a furry. I don't care. I don't judge. Whatever you're into, cool. As long as if you work for me, as long as you do a good job, we're straight. And if
I mean, I'm gonna press X down on the straight thing, but okay.
If it's not hurting anybody else, then it's legitimately none of anyone else's business. But over the past few years,
all right, there you go. There's the there's the brony thing. All right, now this has been an interesting one. But first, Trucker Rob with a $5. He says, I've learned so many interesting Japanisms the past couple of days. You know, I was going to save this for the Rekieta segment, but where is it? Looks like Scarebro, friend of the show, is getting in on the recent Japanification of Twitter, where he's saying, hello, everyone in Japan. Do you know about Nicholas Rekieta, who was convicted for having cocaine? After his conviction, his daughter tested positive for cocaine as well. So you see a lot of fun little Japanese posts there over the last few days. All right. So what is this? So Open Secret. Open Secret is, I believe, Gabe Hoffman. Of course, this is an Israeli-sponsored show, since all of the money is what makes me decide what to do. But I believe that Open Secret was a Gabe Hoffman production, or at least he was executive producer. He posts, Jeremy Hambly, TheQuartering, defends Asia Argento, preying upon an underage boy. Argento groomed actor Jimmy Bennett, whom she met when he was 7 years old, and played her son in The Hearters, Deceitful Above All Things in 2004. Argento plied Bennett with alcohol, then statutorily raped him when she was 37 and he was 17. She later paid him a $350 $80,000 settlement. All right, let's see what Jeremy has to say about this.
What is the age of consent? What should it be in your mind? Go.
First of all, anytime this conversation begins, just get the fuck out. There's nobody that argues this in good faith, and there's no good answer. Just, it's 18. It should be 18 everywhere. That's what it is. Okay. Don't even bother to try and ruminate about this. It's not going to go well for you. But let's see how Jeremy handles this.
On record.
I support whatever law is in place in your current residence. You know,
It's a cop out, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's get a real case,
definitely
Asia Argento, right? Asia.
All right, so Jeremy just knows this off the top of his head. Also, very funny, he has like this, I guess, the sector map. You've got Carl Benjamin over here. You've got Andy Warski, who apparently is a part of everything. He's the center. He's right next to Styx Hexenhammer, Richard Spencer, Faith Goldie, Jeff Holiday, Baked Alaska. Anyone else we recognize here? Who the fuck is Tree of Logic? I don't know who that is.
Argento. You guys, Bearing, you familiar with this? She, allegedly groomed a 14-year-old boy and then fucked him when he was 17. Now,
how old is she?
She was like almost 40 at that point.
Oh, fuck.
Well, she had also worked with him when he was like a 8-year-old or a 9-year-old boy in some Hollywood set.
Why are we focused on that?
Well, no, I'm just...
Nobody wants to be in this conversation. And remember what Jeremy says? What was Jeremy's catchphrase? Drunk words, sober thoughts. And he's pretty drunk at the moment. So this is what he really believes.
I'm just trying to take a long... It's a really long example of how I feel. Well, it's hard to say like every 17-year-old boy is created equal, right?
I guess it depends on the child, to quote Carl Benjamin, yes.
But I'm saying like Asia Argento was in her 40s. She fucked a 17-year-old, and the age of consent in California is 18. So she technically broke the law. Do I view her...
Well, I mean, that's like a very sticky situation there. But the problem is that she met him when he was 8 years old on the movie set. That's the grooming allegations. And that's why she ended up paying him $380,000. Not just because he was 17. It's because she knew him when he was 8. That's the important part of this.
As a fucking disgusting child predator? No.
So what? No? I guess it's okay. Just meet people when they're 8. What is it? What is that, the Shane Gillis segment? The concept of dibs. What if you meet someone when they're underage, but you want to bang them later? You just call dibs. Then it'll be okay. Yes, I believe that Future will look kindly on the concept of dibs.
Don't. That will.
No, but in all seriousnness, though, if she groomed him from the time he was 14, I think it is a pretty disgusting crime. If she was 14,
like, bearing with a good take here, like he's like, oof, got to get out of this one.
I can understand if she was 19 and he was 17. I mean, that happens. But 40 and she's groomed him since 14. No, that's fucked.
Chastised.
But isn't that fucked up, right? Like if I'm 16 and let's say a 24-year-old woman, you know, I'm at some like a music festival, and
why is a 16-year-old at a music festival by themselves without their parents being approached by adults, Jeremy?
Some 24-year-old fucks me. It's really hard for me to view that as like a predatory situation.
Yeah, so this is like the South Park argument, like the nice, where a young guy would not consider that to be abuse. But the fact of the matter is that it is. And there are plenty of cases where people have abuse and they don't know how to rationalize it in their own mind. They may even enjoy it. Like that. This is actually one of the most serious things that actually does happen with real rape cases, is that many women will orgasm during it. And it's very traumatic for them because they don't understand whether they were asking for it, if they liked it or not. So no, it's just not okay. Just don't enter these sort of relationships. It's that simple. And second, like, again, where is the parent in all of this? How are they getting into this music festival alone?
Like, it's in the Asa Argento situation, she absolutely knew how old he was.
But you said that she's perfectly fine. You don't have a problem with her. She knew it all.
And like, I mean,
no, I wasn't talking about. I was talking about your example scenario of a 24-year-old chick fucking 16. If she knew that guy was 16, yeah, that's fucked. She's committed a crime.
But if you're 16,
Jeremy's still arguing, but
and you get that pussy, do you feel like a victim?
It doesn't matter if you feel like a victim or not. You are one. God damn it. All right. Anyway, Ike, with a member for 34 months, says, great to see you getting a shout out on the casino. Whoa, buddy. I did see that. That was pretty neat. Whenever Andy mentions me, I always feel like Ash is like, okay, wrap it up. Let's continue the show. But it does bring a smile to my face, I will admit. All right. So what else is Jeremy up to? Oh, wait, sorry. I would be remiss if I didn't respond to, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up that Jeremy responded to this saying, that's an obvious joke, loser. Made several videos saying she was a predator. I don't know. Do you think this was a joke, chat? This is yes. I guess I'm living on April. It's April 1st for me. I guess everyone else is like. Let's try and do the poll again. Do you think Jeremy was joking about this? It didn't sound like he was joking to me. And as Jeremy says, what is it? The drunk word, sober thoughts. Was Jer serious? We'll give a real quick poll for that. There you go. As we go along and we get back into the cuck stuff. All right. Like, what was this? So Jeremy says, a group of people that really want my attention are investigating my family and friends. Now, this is in relation to the confirmed Michigan bull that Jeremy is inviting over. His wife's coming over to clean the house, but apparently the husband's a millionaire. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But desperate. They're desperate for some scandal. I don't know. It sounds pretty bad to me. You've got a confirmed swinger, the biggest swinger in Minnesota, coming over to your house constantly. He deletes fucking everything after it's exposed, as you can see. Where is it? So this is the original count. Has completely been vaporized. You're telling him to bring his wife and her big old boobies over to your hot tub. She's coming over there alone to clean the house when she's a millionaire. Look, I'm sorry. This is just confirmed. You're playing Cuck Simulator. We just know. Apparently, one of my IRL friends is a swinger, I guess. So obviously that means I have an open marriage, question mark. This fanfic stuff is wild. Some widows, not true, LOL. I was reading some of my comments before I started the stream, and there was one comment that was really salient. And they said that because when Jeremy talks about this, I think I have this old clip. Hold on a second. Let me see. I think it's the Jeremy hot wifing thing. Did I have this here? Here it is. Lifestyle. The comment read, anyone, this is confirmed. They just basically said, I'm summarizing it. Anyone that refers to it as the lifestyle is in the life. Oh, it's no sound. Okay. Fucking muted.
I know or clearly is taking a part in that lifestyle. You know, in my experience,
lifestyle, that's it. His experience in the lifestyle. Anyone like, I think I agree with that 100%. Anyone that calls it the lifestyle is into it. They know exactly what's fucking happening there. All right, we're gonna go back up to the quarter pounder folder. There we go. All right. So first of all, I will just say about this is a group of people that really want my attention. Like, you know, when they've got that clown in the circus, it's in like the dunking thing. The clown's sitting there going like, oh, look at these people. They really want my attention while they're like throwing tomatoes at him and just trying to get him to fall into the water and make a fool of himself. It's not that they want your attention. It's that they're using you as a fucking piñata for super chats, first of all. But second of all, just because it's having a bit of a giggle, it's having a laugh. Take some criticism. He is perhaps the most thin-skinned fat person I have ever seen. AG Biochemist says, well, hello there, fellow scoopers. These sound allegations have gone too far. I'm going to have to make a public addressing video or something, I think, about it. It's gone too far, I think. TheQuartering also says, I'm totally fine with people making fun of me. Clearly you aren't. I do plenty to deserve it, but these psychos running gay ops on my... It's not gay ops to show what people are saying in public. This was not a private account. This was open on the Reddits. It was on Twitter. It was on Facebook. It was in all of these things. Okay, look, you can't be very well upset about things that you post in private. If you don't want people talking about your private life, set your profiles to just private. That's it, or friends only. It's really that simple. Mailing shit to my house, making my wife feel unsafe. It's psychotic. Now, the mailing shit to my wife, to the house and making the wife feel unsafe. This is in regards to the author of the Lol Cows book, Luther Morgan. What he did is, as part of his journalistic integrity, he sent either emails, letters to the public PO boxes and address of people that he was talking about, as Jeremy is one of the features in his book, Lol Cows, which you can get now. It's out on Amazon, I think, in Kindle, audiobook, and all that good stuff. But Luther brought up a good point. Is why do the wives keep opening mail for their husbands? It's a bit weird. Feels like an invasion of privacy. Is there something that they don't trust? Maybe, who knows? But mailing a letter to someone saying, "Look, would you like to comment? I'm going to make a story about you," is not weird. And again, like both Jeremy and Rekieta, and because he's featuring later in the later part of the show, they have this thing where they think all of these people are weirdo stalkers when they're just doing the very things that they're totally fine with. Like Jeremy's fine with making fun of people in public. Jeremy's fine with doing deep dives and talking about people's histories. Rekieta's fine with going to court cases and with the Rontoya stuff and everything. But then anyone does it to them, suddenly they're a weirdo stalker, because that's how they have to rationalize this in their mind, because it's the only thing that helps them sleep at night. It's unsafe. It's psychotic. I know even addressing it will likely make it worse. Yes, it is. It is. This is not going well for you. It's fucking weird. They are obsessed with my marriage. Like super weird and super over the... It's not... If you're constantly making this a feature of your show, talking about how your wife is going out on these private trips to Monkey Island or wherever it is, or talking about your bowel movements in a Walmart, where does the line from your private life to your public life begin? Like this is a main feature on his podcast. Super weird, over the line to be fucking with people who are not in any way public figures. I mean, he was a public figure, though. He was the grape man. The grape juice man 420, whatever it was. That was just his Reddit account, though. Make whatever videos you want about me, but leave my family and friends out of it. Now, I kind of agree. I do agree with this, though. You shouldn't contact people's friends and families over this. But like I said, this guy was doing the public... He was publicly shaming the husbands of Wisconsin. He was like, "Oh, I loved it when I got your husband to push your head down on my cock." I don't know. I feel like doing a public service to announce that these degenerates are there. I've got nothing to hide, LOL. Well, that's certainly true. As this showed up, the Krakening event.
You need
Let's take a look.
You need some sort of light source on your shelf behind you to.
Is Melody Mac really this shrill, or is it just the Kiwi Farms clipper that like? Did they not have good audio or something?
Separate you from the background.
Yeah, there is one. It's just not bright enough. Like,
okay.
Hold on. Like,
all right, we got to go frame by frame. He's cracked. Look at Melody's face, because like she's down in this corner down here, but her eyes are going to the bottom right. She's looking straight at this plumber crack of Jeremy. The reason he's getting up out of his chair and listen to the chair seethe and rage and creak is because he takes all the criticism personally, and people are making fun of his lighting. They said he looked like he was oversaturated, like he was a papaya or something. Now, if you start actually listening to the words of your haters, you're not going to be in for a bad time. But there it is.
Your set looks more colorful.
Hannah Claire tried to salvage this. Like the inevitable Hannah Claire crash out is going to be marvelous in my opinion. I'm very much looking forward to that. This is also funny too, because like Jeremy has been saying these really weird things and doing very weird things, like with the poop shit and the bringing women around him to pay them $1,000 so that he can try and hit them like sneakily. He's been doing this for years, but no one was paying attention. And the Kino Casino actually brought this to light. They were the first people to, like, with the miners and the thing going through. Everyone else gave up before finding those diamonds, but they found it. And now it's being exposed, and Jeremy's like the hottest new lolcow. And basically the entire internet's taking notice, and he doesn't like it. Not fun being the nail, is it, Jeremy? It's fun being the hammer, certainly. All right. Sorry, boys. My life offline is extremely milquetoast. I take care of the yard. Liar! He doesn't take care of the yard. He said if you want to come over to his track and play with his RC cars, you have to mow his lawn first. Play with my dogs, go bowling, and spend time with the wife. Well, I mean, go bowling, I believe. Spend time with the dogs, I believe. Spend time with the wife? I'm pressing X down on that one. Sadly, no time to swing. That doesn't mean there's no time to be cucked, though. Keep it. You gotta wonder how. You gotta note how they're saying this. What does Biden inflation say? Gotta love the do what feels good crowd. Going after the crowd constantly, saying we don't care who you sleep with, what you do. Just let it be out of the age of consensual. Dear. Okay, so just nothing comment. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Also, just a funny non sequitur. The Chicago Bulls. Jeremy's not a fan of them. The Chicago Bulls are fags. He likes the Wisconsin Bulls, but not the Chicago Bulls. All right. So we have some effort posting by Return of the Mac and Cheese, the #1 A-log of Jeremy. But first, we'll go through a couple clips. Well, let's see what Jeremy talks about. Well, let's see this one for starters. Let's see what Jeremy's doing over there.
What is you spurging out about? There's a video you don't like the thumbnail about? Fucking move on with your life. Holy shit. I put out fucking 20 videos a day.
That's not like he says it like it's a good thing. If you have the time to put out 20 videos a day, you're either absolutely obsessed like crack addict or something, or it's all garbage, which we know the latter is the case. But why would you get mad at this one person? Like, isn't this supposed to be a news show, sir? Why don't you read your CNBC article? All like digital price labels are coming. Jeremy is very upset about this because he thinks that they're going to use it to do like spot pricing or something. But like, you can't listen to these things, Jeremy, especially if you're going to be taken seriously. Dead air.
Yeah, bring on PPP anytime. Anytime that coward wants to come on my show, and I know they'll play this. PPP or Andy Worski, either one of you guys are welcome on my show anytime. Anytime. I literally anytime. Anytime. In fact, I'm happy to meet up face to face too.
What?
They won't do it.
I don't know. I think they might. Didn't they show up to the like Andy actually took part in the online boxing thing, right? Then maybe they will show up at your house if you invite them. Maybe they'll show up in that whiskey bar place. Dead air.
They would rather insinuate that my wife of 15 years is having an affair with somebody else and put that shit out on the internet. Like,
well, it's not an affair if you've given her permission to be bulled, right? Isn't that how these weasel words work? We're going to see this later with the Scarlett Hampton stuff.
It's a fact based on nothing.
I mean, I think it's pretty conclusive. She's got multiple airplanes. She's going away to Monkey Island by herself for days at a time. She's, you literally have friends that are the world famous Wisconsin bull. You're inviting him over. You're talking about his wife titties in the hot tub. You're talking about watching from the side. You don't even make your own furniture. I think that's the most conclusive piece of evidence is we're going to see is Jeremy can't make his own IKEA furniture.
Then,
we'll see that a bit later.
Then, you know, I've reached out to both of them, and guess what? Neither one of them have replied. I wonder
why would they? Like, why would they? Like, they can make money hand over fist from the safety of their own, well, not safety, but from the comfort of their own homes in Canada. They do have to live in Canada, though. That's unfortunate. But that means that the dollars from the show goes even further. Why would they do that? They're in an unwin. Like, this is an undefeatable position that they're in to just sit back and watch you make a fool of yourself.
Why that is?
Why that is? Oh, it's because they're scared. It's because they're scared, right, Jeremy? Oh, we got a $10 dues from another. Jeremy is the most boring person, yet his drama is mesmerizing. I know, it's like, it's impossible to watch his show, but the Clippers are doing some good work out here. All right, so he gets very upset if you make fun of his thumbnails, but he has a defense for that.
I don't even make my thumbnails. I have a guy for that.
How much money is he spending on thumbnails? $100 an episode?
Buddy Cash says, if people truly hate Jeremy, then they should give him this evil capitalist dollars. Yeah, that's right.
You wish.
Hey, if you want to hate on me and super chat $5 to $10 to do it, I'll read it. You know, but I'm not really interested in.
Like, here's the thing: is you go to the Quarterings channel. Oh, you know what? I don't have it pulled up. I have his Quartering news, but if you go to the Quarterings, wait. Oh my god, I can't see my keyboard. I can't touch type. I'm doing my clickety clacks. All right. If you go to Jeremy's channel and actually have a look at his thumbnails, they are some of the most uninspired things I have ever seen. These are awful. Why do you have to pay a guy to put white text and red text, a picture of your face, and then whatever the day's topic is? Oh, you paid him like $20 for the little sparkle on top of the knife tip? If you're paying anyone more than $1 per of these thumbnails, you're losing money. Like, this is just a terrible investment. Like, YouTube thumbnails are one of the most important features. But that's why you get a good thumbnail guy. I can't believe he pays for this garbage. Every so often I get thumbnail. This happens to every YouTuber. They get like emails like, I could help you with your thumbnails, brother. It's just $20 a thumbnail. I tried it one time. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. I'm not saying that I've got the best thumbnails or anything like that, but the AI slop they try and trick you with is like absolutely criminal. All right, let's go back to this.
Listening to people Spurg for free.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now, I guess. We're listening to you Spurg for free. Because he can't help it. He can't help it. All right. Why do I have this one? Don't need that one. All right. What do we got here? This is a very sad moment. He's got gout.
Refer to Asians as...
It's an old one too.
Ching Chong Bing Bongs.
I forgot that was in there. What was that, Jeremy?
Refer to Asians as
Ching Chong
Bing Bongs kind of type level jokes.
I mean, Jeremy's jokes
arose
much
after
better.
a viewer asked why he called people upset by spicy jokes sensitive when he himself would be upset when he gets mocked for gout, a form of arthritis. Now, if you've been following me for a long time, you know, I get gout every once in a while too, and it's at least in my case, 100% self-inflicted.
I mean, at least he knows
what
this.
you eat, and you don't go over the top with.
Well, okay, so if you manage what you eat, well, that's a no from Jeremy.
Red meats or alcohol.
Well, alcohol, there's another X for Jeremy.
You're generally fine. There's also daily medicines you
so
can
he's
take
never
to
fine.
manage it. It's not really the worst thing in the world to manage, but it is extremely painful. It's a difficult pain to describe to anybody who hasn't had it. For me, I would say it's like having broken glass in your joint. I get it in my big toe.
Isn't that what happened to Scarlett over the weekend?
To manifest, and I can barely walk when it happens. The quote: "Why do you say people are sensitive?"
All right. Here's the most conclusive proof that that he's a cuckold that you'll ever see. Listen to this.
Not a creative. I can't draw. I can't visualize. It's a huge problem for me. Like even putting...
He can't visualize an apple in his head. Just keep that in mind.
Together furniture, my brain does not... It doesn't comprehend like that. When I'm looking at like a schematic, I can't. Like I get frustrated and I just shut off my brain. My wife builds all of our furniture and builds my arcade one-up machines and stuff like that. I just can't do it.
This has got to be the most unmanly thing I've ever heard. And like, I'm not like saying you need to have like all the, like you have to go out there and work on a railroad and then go fishing and then go home and beat people up or whatever, beat up your kids or something. I'm not saying that, okay? Then like, but literal NPC, like this is actually true. He's a literal NPC. He can't visualize things in his head. He's, you know, these stories about people they can't see apples in their fucking in their mental map or whatever. He can't do it. He can't be creative. This is true. He gets his wife to build the arcade cabinets. Hey Ma, is the Bing Bing Wahoo finished yet? I want to play Mario. Holy crap. Go woke, go broke.
Now give me data.
Give him data.
Give me some pivot guy. Not a creative.
What data? He can't read data. We've seen him do that. All right. I think that's basically everything. But also he's desperate.
And I've got a lot of projects, and I'm launching a new channel, which I think is going to do well, but who knows?
Well, spoiler alert, it's not working. That's his TheQuartering channel. You can see here this is the old Publica channel. And I heard that he didn't even change his email address. I mean, I'm not going to click on it for the stream, but like you can view the thing there. I noticed that on his video here, he didn't bother changing the...
Well, the Publica fail.
Let's see if it's here. Usually there's like a little box here. Maybe he took that off now. But basically what he's doing is he's stealing other people's shorts and re-uploading them with just like a 5-second voice intro for it. And he was talking to Melanie Mack about how he couldn't sleep because he's tossing and turning because a couple of Canadians are making fun of him and people are laughing at him and his ridiculous living situation. But he literally couldn't sleep at night. He was tossing and turning. His wife was pushing him out of the bed. So he went and recorded 150 shorts. Now, if you're making shorts and they can be quite profitable, but not as well as Jeremy was hoping for because 1,000 views, 4,000 views, that doesn't really pay off very much. You need like 1 million shorts views or more to get like about $100 essentially. And I know this from experience because I also do some short work. And you can see here that recently I had one that got over about 400,000 views. It's kind of delayed in views, but it's like $30 to $60 once this updates because there's always YouTube's got 2 days in reporting lag. But this is now the grift, is that he's going to make these sort of garbage content. And I think like making the YouTube shorts is like the last, it's the last cope you can possibly have. The last cope of the copeless is that you're like, well, my channel's dying. Everybody's abandoning me. Nobody's donating. I can't get 10 people to sign up for something with a viewer base of 20,000 live concurrent viewers, allegedly. I'll make some short slop. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can't compete with the Zoomers that are out there making these all day, every day because they watch some finance bros video about how he's going to make $2,000 a day on shorts. It ain't going to happen, Jeremy. Give it up. You're too old for this. Also, we'll check in with Unsleeved Media. These are the thumbnails that he's paying for. This will destroy magic. Oh no, he's pointing to the Black Lotus card. Mystery, law will pull. Let's see how he's doing. 1 day ago, 400 views. 10 days ago, 5,000 views. He's spending tens of thousands of dollars. There was, I think, in one of these posts, I'm not sure if I have it loaded up, he allegedly finds an old magic card, an old magic booster pack, which apparently is worth like $10,000, and he's going to unbox it on his channel. I thought, didn't he say that he was moving this channel to Rumble? It was going to be Rumble exclusive content, Unsleeved Media, because he's failed to remonetize this channel, which is actually unbelievable because it's so easy to monetize a YouTube channel. You just need 1,000 subscribers, which he has, and 4,000 watch hours, which any like one good video should do. Like 20,000 views is basically what you need to monetize a YouTube channel. But now look, he's back 3 hours ago, 300 views. It's fucking over, Joe. It's over, boys. $10,000 in cards in one pack, and he's made 1.8 thousand views. I hope that thumbnail guy is getting paid in advance. All right. So let's go to the, I think that's the beginning of the stuff. Yeah. All right. There we go. Let's go to this effort post we have by Return of the Mac and Cheese. In fact, Magic the Gathering. I wouldn't know. I never played it. I played with Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid. All right. Quick check-in on the Quarterings Twitter. Does Quartering love AI, or does he just love getting cut? I mean, vote 1 for yes, 2 for no. The Quartering says, I'm tired of pretending that AI, in particular Grok, isn't strictly better than the traditional search engine experience. It is not. Holy shit, the actual levels of Elon dick sucking we got going on here. Grok is pretty bad for everything. It's the worst of the AI models. Now, is Grok better than Google? Maybe, because Google's like almost completely unusable at this point. You have to go to like DuckDuckGo to actually get like proper results because everything is just sponsored content now. Also, in the car, since it's a Tesla, it's super convenient to just hit a button and get an answer safely while driving. Like, Grok, is the bull available tonight or not? Question mark. It's not perfect, but it's nice. This is how you know that his channel is going to die, because he literally can't even compete with AI anymore. It completely replaces him. Grok knows about the Mill. Oh yes, Grok betrays him in this as well. Grok knows about the Mill Creek coffee roasters. So if you're unaware, Jeremy dropships his coffee, and it's made at a place called Mill Creek Roasters in, I believe, Ohio. He's been claiming that he has the machines and the beans, everything, the plantation. Apparently, he's got like 20 dudes working out there in the slave labor in the sun. But Grok betrays him, saying, don't you sell relabeled coffee to your audience? We make our product comics. We love them. Actually, no, I don't. Our coffee is only available through us. Not really true. Feel free to pick us up on our website. And Tide Pods asks, Grok, where is the Quarterings coffee brand coffee manufactured, roasted, and packaged? Based on research, coffee brand coffee appears to be roasted and packaged by the Mill Creek Coffee Roasters in Salt Lake City, Utah, through a private label arrangement. Their site confirms the Utah location, though details are limited. If Jeremy had a coffee company, if Jeremy had the machines in his warehouse, you know he would be down there walking around recording videos. That's how you know this is fake. It will even tell you about his begging fans for money. So Grok further goes and emulates them. Let's see. Hey, Grok, didn't the Quartering beg his subscribers to buy his coffee because he was going bankrupt? Yes. Oh my goodness. You know what? I actually changed my mind. Grok is actually based. What the fuck? I love Grok now. Yes, in March 2025 video, the Quartering detailed $300,000 of debt from his coffee brand coffee business after a supplier issued an equipment buy. He urged fans to buy the limited Founders Vault Pack, T and K cups at discount to help fund operations and expansion. He continues promoting it regularly, framing it as a brand building despite setbacks. And the most recent one is that he's decided to give up on the 30% that he was getting from selling it so that he can list it on Amazon. Here it is. Jeremy lying about being deceptive for content? Whoa, look what I found when I was cleaning. I thought it was an old wrapper, but it turns out it's still sealed. Now, some people have analyzed this photo, and they said that this part here, now I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently what people would do is they would open like a little corner of it, the pack and have a bit of a peek, have a cheeky peek, and then reseal it. Is that what Jeremy's doing here? Because we know that he's buying resealed packs. But the story here is that he bought this like 10 years ago and it just fell behind a desk or something. Maybe it fell in his cracks around his office. He says, I'll open it tonight. You'll find it here soon. Follow and subscribe. This channel is This channel is about to blow up. Unsleeved media on YouTube. I thought he was abandoning YouTube for Rumble. Looks brand new. It's pretty easy to reseal them, actually. I actually found this out recently. Is all you need to do is take an iron and go over the top of these, and you can just reseal things very, very easily. Because apparently it's a big issue in the Pokemon space. It looks pristine. I don't know about that. All right, what do we got next? So I had to do some deep research on this one and phone a friend who knows about Magic. Said friend knows a lot about Magic. Here's what's going on here. The card, or this pack of cards from around 1995, it sells on eBay for around $250 to $350. It would sell for much more. However, there was a defect in early Magic cards. See the plastic packaging, and these packs are thin, so if you stretch them and press the cards inside the plastic, you can see every card inside the pack. So practically all the old booster packs of Magic at this point have been searched. In this way, then no one should ever buy loose packs of these unless they were removed from the original booster box by one of the few respectable dealers. The act of searching the pack does require quite a bit of manipulating the packaging of the cards inside, as each card must be pushed up individually and used to stretch the plastic at the top, which is normally leaves telltale stretch marks. Interesting. Jeremy could probably tell you about the telltale stretch marks of his himself. You can clearly see that in most of these packs sold on eBay and Quartering's pack has obviously been searched. Oh, that's actually fascinating. I didn't know that. So what they do is I was wrong. They stretch the top up here because it becomes thin and see-through. That's actually really sneaky. Those crafty card merchants. Notice the plastic on this pack looks very warped at the top. And look how the bottom looked like it was pulled tight around the cards to allow for the top to be stretched out. Without a doubt, somebody knows the contents of this pack. So it's going to be another dud, unless Jeremy put something in there by himself, which I wouldn't put it past him at this point. This leaves a few questions, of which we'll have to wait for the video to see. Did TheQuartering buy this pack for cheap because it has obviously been searched and he's just baiting his viewers knowing it's going to be shit? Did somebody search this pack and then sold it to TheQuartering above retail after confirming it has a chase card inside, and now he's scamming the contents by pretending to know? Or option three, what do you believe, chat? 1, 2, or 3? 3, TheQuartering had this pack for 10 years, but never opened it on video back in the day because it's obviously been searched. That wouldn't even qualify as content. However, now he's desperate for anything, so he's dug it out. That's a good question. You'll notice there's no fourth option that TheQuartering got scammed. That's because he's well aware of this issue as someone who has opened many old packs in the past. Interesting. So he knows all about this searching issue. Then he's going to pretend that it's a real pack. That's very embarrassing, Jeremy. Needless to say, TheQuartering knows it's busted content, but he's so desperate for anything compelling for his unwatchable media content, that's very funny, that he's willing to scrape the barnacles at the bottom of the barrel just to bait people into tuning in. Interesting. All right, we got a couple more effort posts here by, of course, the legendary Return to the Mac and Cheese. TheQuartering when other people are under attack from Kiwi Farms sounds like he's talking about himself. This is 38 seconds. Let's take a quick look.
Hey, who cares? You know, this is somebody who doesn't want information out there. That's what they want. And like it or hate it, the farms and sites like it catalog bad behavior. And if it's of a particular community, that really doesn't matter, does it? What matters is the bad behavior.
True. When you're right, Jeremy.
Behavior that you're so furious that keeps getting brought up. This is not the actions of somebody who is sorry for how they behave. This is not the actions of somebody remorseful. This is the actions of somebody who felt like they were above the law, that they were above reproach, that they had life's plot armor, and they're angry that they got called out. Now,
I should probably save this clip. This is such a good clip. Oh dear, let's see. But that's nothing compared to Jeremy's video where he gives boogie advice for dealing with haters. All right, let's take a look. So this is Jeremy's advice to haters. Let's see if it's on point or if he needs to revise this.
Part of the problem is that Boogie specifically focuses on the negative, and it spills over into his content and his everyday persona.
True. Interesting. It's amazing that lolcows have this ability to diagnose other lolcows until they become one themselves. I wonder if that phrase will come back to haunt me in the future.
This, I believe, is one of the major reasons people have kind of abandoned him. Now, the YouTube algorithm has changed, and the fact is, Boogie's content has not really evolved over the years. What worked for him 3 or 4 years ago simply doesn't work anymore.
That's so funny that he says it like that. Like, that's exactly what's happening to Jeremy. And this is such an old clip you can see because he still has hair.
And when you combine that with the personal obsession with his haters, forcing the fans that really do like him to feel alienated, this is why his channel truly is dying.
This is actually eerie. This is actually a little bit spooky how this applies so well to Jeremy at this point.
If you are a fan of his and you want to support him, but you see him spending all of his time obsessing over Reddit or a mean thing someone said or an exposed video, rather than serving you, the community, or the viewer, I can understand why you'd want to unsubscribe. If all you saw on this channel were apology videos, I would understand why you would unsubscribe. Many of you, my subscribers, will talk very candidly with me via live chat while I'm streaming on YouTube.
What do you mean talk candidly via live chat? Like, I thought he was going to say, like, talk candidly via Discord, and I was going to say he's a liar because he doesn't spend any time in his Discord, despite it being a perk of, I guess, subscribing to TheQuartering on locals or whatever. What do you mean talk candidly on live stream? You mean reading the chat? That's not candidly. If you believe Jeremy's stats, which are obviously fake, then you're talking to, what, 20,000 people candidly. Wow, interesting.
And tell me exactly that, yeah, I used to like Boogie, but yeah, I used to like him, but most of that, I think, is due to his obsession with his haters and the fact that he is clearly, in my opinion, lost his passion. And that, to me, as a viewer, is very obvious.
The thing that, like, this is the first like, everything else applies perfectly to quartering, except for this point, because I think Boogie did have passion at one point. I don't think Jeremy ever really had passion about anything. He just cared about the money. It was always just a numbers game to him.
He doesn't really talk about magic anymore. He doesn't really talk about video games anymore. And when he does talk about these things, he doesn't seem excited. And this may be a byproduct of, you know, his mental.
Wait, I think we have to go to Unsleeved Media and watch one of Jeremy's cards. But let's see Jeremy's pack. Let's see how exciting.
I'm so happy.
What the? This is the worst shitty editing. He's like censoring the cards so you can't see with this like shitty AI mask. Like, by the way, like this will appeal to nobody in chat but like me and one other person. But like this new Adobe Premiere update with the new masking feature is absolutely dog shit, and it's the first time I'm probably gonna unsubscribe from Adobe.
Back to back. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it, Mom? Oh my god, this video is so bad. Look at the energy.
So I just wasn't satisfied, and thus I will foolishly open up 2 more starter decks. We'll go through the uncommons. Let me zoom in a little.
Shit, why is the camera shaking? This is like a locked screen.
A bit.
Buy a proper gimbal.
So you can see the expensiveness. We've got Burrowing, Desert Twister, Green Ward,
Green Ward. Oh, hippie.
Hypnotic Spectre.
I think PPP said it best that like Jeremy owns a coffee company. He needs to make everything seem like he's super energetic. All right, let's go back to this one here. Oh, this is just about
health issues and everything else. But I think Boogie's a classic case of somebody that could do really well by taking a few months off if you could financially afford it.
Holy shit, this is actually an amazing clip in retrospect. I bet Jeremy would like to take a couple months off as well. Unfortunately, he can't. Otherwise, his channel will disappear. All right, what's this one? But there's more. Your fans are getting sick of your shit and leaving. If you keep lying about who you are with all the time with people, you are going to unsub and they're going to call you out. And they'll be right to do so.
Your actual fans are getting sick of it and they're leaving. That's a huge chunk of it. People...
A very, very funny, huge chunk.
No, as much as you try to pretend who you are, People know who you are. And if you are constantly lying in public about who you are, people will call you phony, and they're going to be right when they do that. People are going to unsubscribe from your channel, and they're going to be right when they do that. And
this is honestly like he is recording a video for himself. Like some people do, like I don't do this, but I think Mr. Beast did this. He recorded like a video for himself and like posted the date in like 10 years in advance, but you can schedule uploads on YouTube. This is almost eerie. It's like, hello, Jeremy. Let's break down the facts. One day you're going to lose your passion. You're going to lose your hair. You're going to lose your audience. You're going to have to just don't cope and see about like a couple of people around the web or whatever. Let's see. Jeremy knows Boogie is going to watch this video because he can't resist watching all the hater videos. Stop responding to Reddit and Kiwi Farms unless you can handle it, which you cannot.
Boogie, I've told you time and time again, I know you're going to watch this video because you watch every video that anybody makes about you religiously. You've got to stop. All right, you've got to stop reading Reddit. You've got to stop subtweeting about things people say about you on Kiwi Farms. You've got to stop responding to every video that's critical of you unless you can handle it, which you cannot.
This Jeremy, I think, needs to make a comeback. Like this is, I mean, I don't really care for like the talking down to it. Like, look, son, just sit down. I'm gonna, as one fat man to another, let me explain to you about getting hate. Okay, you can't handle it, then you got to stay out of the kitchen, my boy. Like, I don't really care for that. But this Jeremy's a lot more entertaining than the current Jeremy. He seems a lot more alive, though. I guess that's what the gout has done to him. It was actually kind of funny because, like I was mentioning earlier in the stream, that I went to go see the big fish auction. So I had to get up at 3 a.m., then walk 30 minutes. The auction happens at 4 a.m. It's over in like 15 minutes. And I had these massive bags under my eyes, and I thought it'd be very funny to do a Jeremy show while I also had big bags under my eyes. But then I was just like, I was too tired. I couldn't do it. I was like, you know what? I'll just get some rest. I'll get some more energy, and we'll see if anything else funny happens to add to the show, which it did, which will make it a bit longer today. So we might go for a little bit longer than usual. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right. So there you go. That one. All right. What is this? Another, maybe I think this is the last effort post before we check out the quartering cuck simulator video, which should be very entertaining. What is this? Oh, also, someone was pressing Jeremy about his coffee brand coffee. Several weeks to get a bag of coffee. Ordered, stuck on shipping. $19 for that silky, dark roasted coffee. Jeremy says he's going to take care of this personally. He's going to go down to the factory and start beating the small Asian children that he has working for them. All right, but you know what? Instead of buying some shit coffee brand coffee, why don't you go over to the Dragon's Treasure and use code COPE to buy some delicious tea? Okay, this is based anime man who makes the tea himself. He actually has the tea machine. He has coffee. He's got soap now. Dragon's Treasure, a haven for anime and tea lovers, and all that good stuff. There you go. There you go. It's a good stuff over there. All right, what is the last one? Jeremy is now paying YouTube to promote his videos again. This never works. Now, I have tested this by myself. I had a few like leftover advertising credits, and I was like, you know what? Let's try it out. It is completely worthless. There is no reason to use this feature unless I guess you're using it to scam people, because you can make it look like your videos are a lot more popular than they are, which is what Jeremy's doing. There is no return audience for this. People don't subscribe to you. You get a click, you get a watch. They don't return for your previous. It's a complete waste of money, and it's basically useless. For context, I tested with about, I think it was like $200 to see if it was worthwhile for making like a new channel. Got about 70,000 views, but you can't even monetize these views, and they don't count towards your monetization requirements. So they're actually worth less than nothing. Complete waste of time. But Jeremy sees it as a business expense. Now, if it was a good business expense, then that would mean it would generate revenue. But Jeremy can't afford to keep doing this, which means it's not an expense. It's just a loss. So let's have a look. Jeremy's "This is Disgusting" video. It only had about 1,500 views after 3 days. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. What channel is this on? Is this on his Jeremy Hambly channel or the regular one? Suddenly, over the next 2 days, it jumped over 20,000 views. Whoop. You can see here, this is a YouTube. The gray line is the expected views. So usually it bumps up and then it like levels off. Then he ran an ad spend and it ran out. And it's only gained around 20 additional views over the past few days. See, this is the idea that Jeremy is putting forward, is that like, okay, you spend some money, it gets the ball rolling, and then the momentum keeps it going and keeps it going. But this is the exact same thing that I experienced when I tested this out, is that they completely flatline after And in some cases, you can actually use this to destroy people's content. Maybe not so much anymore, but like this was a theory you could do, is that you could shift the audience to like a different demographic that wouldn't watch the content and then kill people's channels about this. There's a spiffing Brit video about this, but YouTube did fix that up. According to a quick Google search, the ad rate for a promoted video is about 10 cents or 30 cents per click. So if Jeremy paid 20,000 clicks, he would have wasted about $200 to $600 in this. I really thought he was coming to terms with this, and his show was just failing. It's been running for around 3 years now in various forms, and he has had no support. He's even had less support now than he did when he started, even through the first year or so when the show was just about him recording his YouTube channels on live stream. I think after a while, Rumble told him that he had to step up his game because it was really the lowest possible effort, and that's likely what led to all the co-hosts being hired. Well, that's interesting. So what happens when the Rumble contract runs out? Then I guess Melanie Mack and Helen Khaled is going to have to hit the road. Although Melanie Mack will probably be fine. Jeremy will start selling his fridges and stuff, like a good paid pig that he is. In reality, though, he could have just put more effort in and made an original show instead of wasting everyone's time trying to double dip because he's lazy. Either way, the show is doomed to fail since it's obvious the glue holding everything together is the Rumble contract, which expires in June, or as I like to call it, June. Honestly, this is how I say June. This is just an Australian autism thing. He's really tried promoting it multiple times, running it up on his main channel, begging his regular viewers to tune in, giving away prizes, begging for the viewers to financially support the show multiple times. He'll also claim that he's a millionaire at the same time while he's begging for money. He actually had decent support around the end of 2024, just based on a small core following and even gaining enough quartering.com members to hit the first goal on his member tier, which I think was a couple thousand. But then he took it all for granted and stopped making exclusive content because he got lazy and people started dropping off. Then, of course, he went on his giant manic grifting spree starting last March, where he was begging his fans to give him money in a million different ways to join as members and pay for his co-hosts. The build up to the new studio, I think he said like he was getting $100,000, and then he ended up just buying like cardboard fake wood. Those people, anyone that gave money to the quartering is, I don't know, what is worse? Is it worse to be the quartering or to be a quartering supporter? Let me know. The new build a new studio to pay off his business debt for the K-Cup machine, to fund the development of the coffee facial scrub. It's such a stupid thing. Yeah, I just want to rub my face with coffee. Oh, there we go. To bail him out on ordering too many Mother Day boxes. It was really insane to watch. Then, of course, once he had all the money, he spent it on watches, toys, fish tanks, and rug pulled the coffee scrub and office, then laid up a bunch of people a few months later. That's really when the wheels fell off, and a lot of his long-time supporters bailed. There really was no coming back from that. But then the Kino Casino, those rats, have been pounding nails in the coffin ever since. His show will never succeed. Give up, Jeremy. This is good advice, honestly. Sometimes you should listen to the Kiwi Farms. On Unsleeved Media, Jeremy is so desperate for views, he's re-uploading a box opening he did 13 years ago. Wait, was that the one we just clicked on? That's the same one I just clicked on. This was uploaded 13 years ago? Buddy. Holy shit. The funny thing is, like, Jeremy's quality is so bad on this channel that I couldn't even tell this was a 13-year-old video. There's been nothing that's happened. There has been no discernible difference in the last 13 years. It really speaks for itself. It's imperceivable. There's been no... Oh, dear. All right. Guys, open $1,000 in card. Old Magic Pack, The Gathering. Guy opens 400 in single pack. His original content on the video got 218,000 views, and his recent videos sometimes don't even break 1,000. Maybe he's right, and magic content is dead. You know, the funny thing is I believe Jeremy said that he wasn't able to get this channel remonetized. One of the biggest reasons that YouTube is either demonetizing people or not adding them to the monetization program is for reused content. And people think that, or low effort content. And people think that this means that it's just AI slop. YouTube will monetize AI content if it's good content. That's the thing. Now, AI content and good content rarely go hand in hand. The problem is that people are making inauthentic, recycled garbage and copying everyone's videos. Like, I can actually show you kind of how it works really quickly for shorts, because there was an update in the algorithm. And I think that, actually, I think I saw that Melanie Mack was doing it too. I'll do it really simple. Like, it's kind of inside baseball, but this is why a lot of people are like kind of falling off right now, especially in the short form content space. So we'll get the old pirate software chalkboard out and do it real quick. This is how YouTube works essentially for YouTube Shorts, and it's probably going to move to long form content as well. Is often the case, is they test things and then apply it to the entire platform. Basically, you have a sphere, okay? You have a sphere, and this is the topic content, and you have a YouTube video. If you make how it used to work with Shorts is you could make, and like this one sphere is one topic. So this is like oh my goodness, who's that chick's name? Amber Heard. Amber Heard shit the bed. Let's check out the clip from the Johnny Depp trial. Okay, this is the original content. It would get like something like maybe, like 100K views, or maybe even like 1 million views. You could make another video here, like a carbon copy, a carbon copy, a carbon copy. And these could all make 100K, 200K, 300K. That'd be perfectly fine. And this was actually the strategy for making shorts, is that people would just copy other people's content all the time. And if you look at any of these, like the grind set, like Sigma male stuff, this is what they talk about. Is like, first go to TikTok, find a good video, rewrite it using Grok, then make some AI visuals, then upload it, and you can make thousands of dollars a day. This is the shill. This is what they're all shilling. What YouTube does now is that if you make like these, I didn't even have to remove that. If you make like a content here, content here, content here, it checks. And since this one's already like the first one, this one gets all the views. And these videos will be stuck at 1K or 30K. The people talk of it being like the 1K or 30K jail. And this is typically what's happening. You have to make content outside the thing and make a new sphere, and then people start copying you. But this is how it's working. So Jeremy's idea to start reloading other people's content is not going to work for this reason, is because the original content that's out there is already super successful and already covers the entire thing. And he's adding nothing of value. There's nothing transformative. You could take this video, bring it into a new sphere, remake it with like something actually new, and this could make an entire new sphere by itself. Anyway, that's the boring stuff that nobody cares about, but I love to explain. This is what's going to happen to Jeremy's channel if he keeps going forward, because it's already happening with the shorts. They're not taking off. Maybe he gets 1 or 2, but they're just like lottery tickets. So it's like a $1 scratch, you win $10. You feel good, but ultimately it's not paying the bills. Just like Jeremy got like a short with 1 million views recently. What is it, $90? That's not going to pay the bills. If this format moves to long form content, Jeremy's channel is completely dead, and it's even more dead than it is now, because he doesn't have anything original. All he is doing is reacting to other people's content or just reading news articles. And there are people out there that do it faster and better than him. Despite him loading 20 videos a day, he's not going to get there first, because he's in nature reactionary. All right. So this was the original one. But oh, wait. Since I'm looking at the Magic channel on YouTube in incognito mode, they want to recommend me popular related content. Hey, it's Jeremy's old friend, the Magic Professor. Again, he's been seething over this for the past decade. Look at that guy. Looks like that guy figured it out. Wow. 414,000 views. Sorry. 414,000 views. That's actually really impressive. I never thought I'd even look how big this guy's channel actually was. So this guy made a video 3 days ago, and he got 400,000 views. So obviously it's not dead. Holy shit, the Magic Professor's gainer is bigger than TheQuartering. Oh wow, let's have a look at this. With the classic social bait. Oh, that's some good stats. Over 20 million views a month. That's insane. Holy shit. He only uploads 3 to 4 videos and 3 to 4 shorts per week, while TheQuartering is pushing 150 uploads a month. I know we recorded 150 shorts. I didn't think he was uploading them all in the same month. I thought he was like making 1 short a day or something, like a sustainable model. Holy crap. Jer the Pair gets channel mogged by the woke professor. Oh no. Looks like go woke, make bank. Hey, Jeremy? You kind of have to be deep in the lore to truly appreciate this, but the Magic Professor was the main guy who called out Jeremy when he was shitting up Magic the Gathering. He wasn't even mean or nasty about it. I think the lore is that he called the professor because he was actually a professor. So he basically came out in the softest teacher-like way and calmly said, hey man, this isn't very nice about how you're acting and you're hurting people. We are all asking you to please stop and do better. And this is probably in regards to that chick that was cosplaying and that Jeremy drove out of the scene. In response to this, Quartering lost his fucking mind and completely raged out. He had daily Twitter meltdowns, calling him a scheming Sheckelstein and making Holocaust jokes in his Twitter replies. Started playing the victim and said he's getting death threats and his channel was under attack because of this guy. Then he probably made 30 A-logging videos about him. Geo's first real video was when he restarted his channel, was A-logging him again for raising money for some trans hotline. Anyway, the important part is just to know that Jeremy must be absolutely seething and busting at the seams with jealousy right now. His outrage, grift, slop is finally running dry, and Jeremy would give anything to just hop trains and leave all the baggage he's collected, pretending to be an internet badass behind and have a successful hobby channel. This is actually very true. I think this is a very, very true point. You've been noticing this recently as Jeremy's starting all these new channels. He's trying to do the hobby stuff. He's trying to do the RC cars. He's trying to do Magic the Gathering. He's trying to get into Pokemon. He doesn't want to talk about drama. He doesn't want to talk about the news. He doesn't care. He has no stake in this because he's a cuckold. He just wants to play Zoom Zoom while his wife's getting railed, and then maybe his wife's boyfriend will bring him a new Switch. That's what he wants to be. Now his biggest enemy from back in the day has exactly what he wants, and Jeremy is so irrelevant that the dude just completely ignored the seeding video about him, trying to bait a response. See, this is what's happening now. He's trying to bait the casino boys to come on. But why would they need him? Like, he doesn't add anything. They're already making thousands of dollars a show, I believe. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how much, but certainly quite a bit of money. Probably in the 4 to 10 figures in some of those shows. I've seen some of the gifts they get. But like, why would they even entertain Jeremy? They don't need him. They've already got everything. It's like, why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free? And Jeremy's giving them all the milk by seething. No one even noticed him. It's never going to happen, Jeremy. You built a golden coffin with this grift. Oh, that's a fun phrase. And you will never be more than the guy that used to make a lot of money off YouTube, outrage, slop, and baiting controversy before you became a literal cuck and with sex trafficking cult ties. I didn't see this, but I think the casino was talking about he had this ties to that Nexium cult. Is that true? I know that Jeremy was in the Epstein emails. That's a bit weird, though. Eh? The walls are closing in outside, and making slop shorts with stolen content is unlikely that there's much of a future for Jeremy on YouTube. Looking forward to digging into the real stats for his YouTube views this week, minus all the short spam bullshit numbers. Actually, there's a site, View Stats. So a lot of people use Social Blade to check up on channels. If you go to View Stats, but I think they started charging money, which happens to all these things, they can actually separate the short views and the long views. Let me have a real quick check to see if I can do this. Hold on, I'll show what I mean. It's really good for when people are bragging about their channel. So if we go to what is it, TheQuartering, you can see exactly how much. Although you have to search for the public if you want to see his other channel. So you see here, oh, this is bad actually. This is a really bad rate. This is a really bad ratio. So this thing here, right here, oops, you can see. Oh my god, I can't zoom in because I'm stupid apparently. All right, here you go. Long versus short form views. So you can see here that Jeremy's probably bragging about getting 18 million views a month. His real money, the real views, is 9 million views, which is still pretty good, but it's not anything like it like the past where he was making $40,000 a week or whatever it was. Almost 50% of his content is now short form content. This 8 million views is approximately $800. That's what he's getting a month. But every show he makes, it costs like $1,000 to produce because he's paying his female co-host $500 a show. This is not what you want to see. Usually you have a channel, unless it's like a short exclusive channel, which is fine. You can do that if you want. But if you're doing like long form content, you want this to be like 10%. If it's more than 10%, then it's just like garbage inflation views. That's pretty spooky. This is why I recommend this site, even though this is a Mr. Beast affiliated site. I think that View Stats gives you a little bit more information. Holy shit! Like, oh my goodness, you missed a day. What a disaster! Like, look at, like, usually most YouTubers, this is 28 days. Usually have like 3 videos a month or something. Jeremy's 3 videos every day. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Holy crap. Let's have a look at this. Oh no, not the 3-month graph. This is where he stopped paying for the views. Oh no, what a disaster. What an absolute disaster. He's still not losing subs though for now. All right. But there you go. All right, so let's check out now with the new knowledge that Jeremy is a cuckold. Let's go back and have a look at this video, and then we'll get into the Nick and Ralph stuff, eh? All right, we're having fun. I'm having fun today, Chad. I feel the energy. Yesterday I was so low energy because of the getting up at 3 a.m., but I'm feeling good now.
All right. Well, this game does not support ultra-wide monitors, but as you can see, it even points out that ultra-wide monitors are stupid.
All right. Well, first of all, Jeremy's house doesn't support ultra-wide monitors either because he broke it. Do I still have this? Yeah, I do. Actually, it's right. No, wait, that's not it. That's not it, damn it. Do I still have this picture of Jeremy when he broke his ultra-wide? Oh, maybe I don't. Damn it. Oh, well. Doesn't really matter. But Jeremy picked up his ultra-wide monitor without his wife around to help him or to do it for him, and he broke his ultra-wide.
But I have achieved day 7 in the new game sweeping the nation. It is, of course, the Cuckold Simulator version 0.064.
Is there a direct relation between playing this game and being a cuckold? That's my question, because I only know 2 people that have played this game. And of the 2 people, I mean, it's a very funny game, don't get me wrong, from what I've seen. Of the 2 people that have played this, they're both cuckolds.
We talked about this, including an interesting new character. I believe he goes by the name of John Goldman. I want to see if we can find him. Allegedly, after night 7, you can find him.
Instead of like 5 Nights at Freddy's, it's like, what, 7 Nights at Tyrone's?
And Tyrone, and there's Darrell or Daryl, I believe, and these multiple children crawling around. I'm not exactly sure whose they are, but I'm happy.
I mean, I think the guy that made Cuck Simulator is a very funny guy, though. By the way, this is like the worst. This is the worst Let's Play I think I've ever seen. Like every typical Let's Play will have like, you know, they'll have like this one where you've got like the whole screen and you've got like yourself in a corner. Jeremy's like, well, I've got an ultra wide monitor. So I'll just put something here and just leave this big black space. Like he could have put a Coffee Brand Coffee ad here. Like this is just wasted real estate.
Support them. Just got to go to work every day. Make sure I go to my wage cage. So I just got done with work.
That's his future.
On night 7. See, I have... Phew, I'm exhausted. I will...
And the fun fact about this game, by the way, is there was the regular edition you could buy. And then there was the mask edition, which cost $3 extra. And it had like a DLC for like a face mask for this. And the only reason that this game I actually know a lot about this game because Nick played it back before he was actually exposed as a cuckold. The only reason this game exists is that the guy that made it was playing with the chin slider in a model creator, and then he put the chins to minimum, and they had this really funny Redditor mod style no chin person, and he's like, I should make a game about this guy. So literally this game exists and is, you know, cut 2 people as of it because anyone that touches this becomes a cuckold because of a chin slider.
What about
that's where it all started?
Really? Oh, it's forcing. Oh no! There must be something going on here. It's 2 a.m. What's all the noise outside?
His screen's getting blacked. Like Jeremy has the $3 extra mask download. You have to pay $3 extra to get this mask.
Uh-oh.
We have the building surrounded. Come out with your hands up.
What? Oh, my science. I've got to do something. You see, I have equipped my Koof mask.
I'm going to be real with you guys. I thought this would be a really funny segment to add and would also eat up like, you know, like a little bit of time, like 10 minutes or so. I'm a minute in and we're watching at 1.5 speed. I'm kind of getting bored already. Do we watch this?
This is an add-on. I purchased it.
Do we keep watching this or we switch to the next
I wear it all
segment?
the time, even in bed. What do I got to do here? Let's see.
We'll give it a chat. We'll give it a couple minutes. We'll give it a couple minutes.
Maybe they want some of my Funky Pops. I only found one so far. Let's see. Oh, I have to go outside, apparently. 2 a.m. Whoa, 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 whoa! Freeze. I can't. I don't have an animation for that. You what? Please don't end me. Where's Tyrone? Spit it
out. What we'll do is we'll start a new poll. We'll see if the chat wants to keep going. We'll move on to the Ethan and Ralph segment.
Out now.
Oh, sorry, not Ethan and Ralph. Nick and Ralph segment.
Lie.
Sneaky Ralph with his 2 first
I don't know
names.
any Tyrone. Or he's in the upstairs bedroom. Lie. I don't know any Tyrone, I swear. Son, lying to the police of crime. Go and bring him down here unless you want us to arrest you as well.
This is a legally binding poll.
Okay, well, I guess I have to go get Tyrone. He's in the room with my wife. Nah, man. Nah, I ain't going back.
The funny thing is that phrase can be said in the game and in Jeremy's real life. See, there are moments of humor in this.
Prison, nah, man. Where's my Blicky? I'm a roasty. Tyrone, no, there's too many of them. Find his Blicky now. Oh, okay.
Oh, the skippers are winning.
I don't really know what that is.
You got to vote, chat.
There are... Wait, can I get my Funky Pop? My Funky Pop is outside of one of these windows.
This is a very funny game, though. You got his fat wife on the bed with Tyrone. So real life. Okay, Jeremy.
Give me my pop.
All right, I'm going to skip to one of these peaks and see what happens.
No. This won't do it all. You've gone totally off script.
All right, I think this is the spot where
he is. Oh, there he is.
What's going on?
Hello. Oh, Jack Goldman. Hi. Do I know you?
Character.
Not yet, but I've seen you around this place quite a bit. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. I'm sure I'd remember your face. I know a man out on the prowl when I see one. Well, yes, you caught me. I'm not having much luck, though.
All right, with a narrow 60% split, 60 to skip, 40 to watch. Stop the count. It's over. The Jeremy segment's getting shelved for the week. All right, so I guess we're going on to the Rekieta segment. Let's take a look. Go to Nicky Boy. Oh, wait, I gotta... Hold on a second. Give me a second. Just spam dead air in the chat. There we go. Here it is. Okay. All right. Scarebro says on Twitter, Nick Rekieta has officially become the pig roach of LawTube, demanding super tips as a form of emotional validation. Oh, no. How pathetic. Narcissist Nick decided to have a member show to cope about Timid Tiger and Scarlett Hampton. Now, Timid Tiger is Mama Kay. She's the woman that goes to the Rekieta trials in Minnesota. Member show daytime hangout. First link is super, like, this is just like, if you put like a link first, YouTube doesn't like it because they want you to stay on YouTube. They don't want you to click on this link straight away. Now, if this opens up into a secondary tab, it's fine, but it actually does affect your SEO. So, you know, spoiler alert, just put them down a few things. Super tip, help your favorite creator. Hashtag, parenthesis, me, in case you forgot it was Kurt or something, with their self-esteem. Support your best friend. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it, are we going to, who, is it like this?
Guys, again, please like the stream if you haven't, and please support it. I really need the stream to be a good stream. Yesterday, I had 2 streams that didn't do so well. Right now, we're around $100 to support. We got an hour left. It'd be great to get some more. I know the virtual boy stuff, sadly, there's not much I can do about that.
Also,
hit like if you like the show. If you don't like the show, don't hit like. Or
there we go. Hey, guys, messing around with Rumble Premium. Oh, my goodness. Rumble Premium. Rumble is such a dog tier website. Can they make Rumble Standard first? Make an actual working website before they come out with Rumble Premium? Rumble Studio doing members on locals and YouTube. Let's chat about what? All right, so this is well, actually we got some Nick stuff here. Let's see. No, we'll go to this part first. All right, so Misery Love Clips posted, Nick speaks out, claims the Ralph retort is a psychotic and has no grip on reality after accusations of Rekieta trying to hook up with Scarlett Hampton were made last night. I believe that was from this clip that came from the Kel stream. I mean, that's good advice. They really are made for each other, aren't they? Oh, is it muted? Holy shit. How come chat didn't tell me?
I didn't block Rekieta. I know he was trying to get you to go to his house and all this stuff, but like,
there you go. There you go. Disaster. Nick was trying to get Scarlett to go to his house. Does this sound like a man that's happy with his marriage? Now, at this point, we know Nick so well that I can decode you for this. When Nick says, because he had a Copium thing, he says, "Hello, sorry y'all. I went incognito over the weekend. Been feeling like trash for several days." I guess it's because the HR Romo trial is going to be on, what is it? I guess it's a settlement conference on the is it the 10th or the 15th, something like that. Should be back to it tonight. We'll figure out member show ASAP. I'd stream now, but taking the kids to a movie. Also, I'm very busy inviting porn stars to my home, apparently. Man, I'm fucking cool sometimes. I'll announce what I'm doing as soon as I figure it out. So he was seething that this detail that he was trying to get Scarlett to come to his house has come out. Now, like I said, we know Nick so well, I can decode you for this. Nick will say, I never invited her to my house. What he did is, well, I invited her to a hotel. Or, it would be cool if we hang out sometime. Because he's always just using these lawyer weasel words to try and get away with this. Also, it's a very fun little detail here, is he thinks that this is cool. Inviting like a black porn star to his house as if that's something that's like something to be proud of. Guys, because I'm a pretty cool guy, I'm hiring a prostitute. Well, impressive. Cool, good job, Nick. Keep it up. All right, what do we got in the filler shoulder for Nick? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so let's take a look at Rumble. This is Rumble. As you can see here, you've got Darkins. This is the guy that is constantly cucking, not Jeremy's wife, but his show. He's got like allegedly 7,000 viewers. I don't believe this, not for a second, but look at all these channels. The front page, 7 viewers, 1 viewer, 4 viewers, 3 viewers. It seems like a very live show. Let's take a look at Nick's show. 200 Rumble viewers, which means like there's like 4 people there. That's how it works. Also, this is his current setup. It's, oh my, this is so funny. Because Nick had this idea, and like I'll say this about the idea. It wasn't a terrible idea, but the execution was awful. What he's doing here is he thinks that people are going to watch on vertical mode on their phones. So he's tried to orient his stream to homosexual. No, so that when you're watching on a phone, it only shows like the center columns here. So you've got like the court going up here, whatever the trial that he's pretending to watch when he's actually just talking about sex or something, or Kurt's cooking. And then you've got his face down here. Now, this won't actually work because YouTube will still play it in 1080p, 1920 by 1080p, if it is a 1080p stream. So that means what happens is it just gets scrunched down. So he's actually just making himself smaller. But one theory has come out that he's just trying to put as much garbage on the stream because he's embarrassed his own appearance. That's why he hides it behind the sunglasses. That's why he hides it with these Goodwill clothes that he's wearing. He can't even afford to buy new clothes anymore. But every time a super chat comes in, he's completely hidden. So you see on his very serious legal show, we've got like the Rumble exclusive chat over here posting like semi-pornography some of the time. Nick, I've been waiting for this all week. Quick intermission though. My kid somehow managed to lose a fight with a stationary pole. She was running, tried to hit the brakes, found a random hole. Very, very good. Now, whereas some artists over on the Kiwi Farms have, like, this is our point of view, okay? So let's see what it's like from Nick's point of view. He's hidden. This is what Nick sees on his stream. I've been watching some Reboot. So Reboot is this old Canadian TV show. It's one of these animated ones like Beast Wars or the Transformers, whatever. And they in Reboot they have the vid screens these pop-up screens. It's a very funny show. It's honestly before its time, and it's fascinating to learn about how they had to battle with the censors and everything. But this is like the little vid window that pops up and it's just completely blocked. He can't even see shit. I love the idea that this is actually what's happening in Nick's house, and he has to like read it backwards. It's like, Nick, I have been waiting for this all. This is my headcanon. This is actually real. It's like a parallel dimension where Nick is just reading these reverse super chats that just pop up in front of his face every hour or so. But somebody else made like a very very apropos reference. It looks exactly like the screen from Idiocracy. And I was thinking about this earlier. It's like Jeremy's covering his streams with garbage and he's failing. Nick is covering his streams with garbage and he's failing. How does this keep, like, you just need to break it down. Just make it simple. More is not necessarily better. But this does actually look exactly like the go away baiting screen from Idiocracy. So this is like, these are embassy, like you couldn't tell which is which. All right, but how's it actually going? If you have a real lawyer like Melanie Little, you can see here, this is a small law firm, actually, Melanie Little, only 130,000 subscribers. But she's streaming to 13,000 people. 13,000 people. Now, quick little calculus we'll do on screen here. So basically, with live stream viewers, you basically get like maybe 5 to 10 cents per viewer per hour. So if we've got, we'll take the minimum here. So she's got 5 cents per person, and it's actually a sliding scale. So the more you have watching, the more they pay you. So bigger streamers make a ton of money. But if we time this by 13,000, Melanie Little is making just in ad revenue from just people tuning in and watching and having it as background noise is making $650 an hour. And these are 8-hour streams. So she's times 800. Oh, I'm like retarded today. I guess I didn't have enough sleep. I didn't have enough sleep at all. Right, times 8. There you go. So on every given day, Melanie Little is making $5,200 just in ad revenue. But the thing is, she'll also make like $3,000 to $7,000 in super chats. This is what Nick threw away because he thought it'd be funny if he stuck his dick in Steel Toe's wife, and then he went on a bender and disappeared for like a year or whatever. This is what Nick is fighting to retain. And like we already did these numbers with Emily the Baker. She's making something like $30,000 a day. It's insane. But Nick is having to beg his audience for super tips. He can't even get the top 10 of the super tips on any given day, which is Melton's proprietary super chat thing. I don't know. He's desperate, is what I'm saying. I think it's pretty clear from that. All right. What is this? Oh, no, there's just some other stuff. Okay. All right. We don't need these ones, but I will bring up this one. This is just like non sequitur, but Nick actually stole the knives from the Nick Vignana thing. Do you guys remember this?
Also, a guy.
So this is back when Nick was doing well and everyone liked him. You look at those top chats: $20, $20, $5, $170,000 to Nick Vignana. Somebody made a bunch of knives that were supposed to be auctioned off or raffled off. You know, you raffle, you ruse, though, because apparently you're not allowed to do that in Minnesota. Some guy made these really nice knives that he was going to donate to the cause to help Vic Mignogna, when Nick just showed up and basically ruined this dude's life after convincing him to use his family's lawyer for something he was not prepared for. But what happened to these knives? He just stole them.
I need to talk to him again, but there's a guy making a couple knives that he wants to auction off. And I don't know how we're going to do it. I think we'll like try and find like the biggest donor, the biggest 3 donors or whatever.
So Nick still has these knives. He's now claiming that he'll give them to Vic Mignogna if he contacts him, but Vic doesn't want to have anything to do with this guy.
In the time frame of the show, we'll get the knives. But once I've got to get the knives before I can auction them off, right?
Well, he has them now.
We do have a plan for something like that. So just so you know.
Won't happen like the 5Ks local gifts. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's coming real soon, according to Nick. All right. So what is Nick talking about? Like, what's happening here is that the spheres are converging with the Ralph Mail and Scarlet. Now, the Ralph Mail has been saying, the Ralph Male is that Nick is he's been implying that Nick has some sort of blackmail over his head, and this is, most people are kind of theory crafting that what's happening is that Ralph has some dirt on Nick, something that could put him in jail in Ralph's mind, but more likely it's just like more evidence of them swinging because their marriage is a disaster, and he just wants to have nothing to do with his wife. But at some point in their conversations, the theory is that Ralph sent Nick a picture of his son Xander. And this is actually a violation of his restraining order, which would mean that Ralph would lose the ability to go see his son if this came to light. Allegedly, Nick is holding this over Ralph's head to prevent him from spurging out and coming to hackamania and like messing with him further. But whether or not it's actually happening, we don't know. Now, Timid Tiger is, again, Mama K. She's the lady that went to the trials, and Nick decided to sneak out of the court early to take a picture of her while he's doing the worm. So Timid Tiger, Mama K, says, Nick Rekieta claims he's putting his family first while inviting this kind of instability into his home in regards to Scarlett being an black porn star that he's trying to swing with now. At what point are people allowed to question that? Nick responds saying, get help. You need it. Seriously, get help. You're obsessive. You're psychotic. You have no grip on reality. The internet wasn't made for you. What does that mean? What is Hot and Bravo? I don't know who that is. Just says, what even is this? Timid Tiger is insane. Ugly woman who believes her personal mission is to rescue people from her psychotic, imagined version of me. Oh, I forgot to put on the ceiling cats? Okay, chat reminded me. I'll put on the ceiling cats for you. There you go. There you go. You happy now? People keep giving me shit for forgetting the ceiling cats. Now, what did Timid Tiger actually do? She went to his court hearings. Nick has spoken on and on about the virtues of the open court, about the virtues of body cams. He has no problem playing a body cam in his stream when he's making money. He has no problem going to people's court dates, even if he's like involved with them. Like he would spend all day like trolling Ron Toye, calling him like an abuser, calling him a piece of shit. And we all know that this was just projection at this point. But then what happened? He went to the court case and saw Ron Toye and Monarch Riol succeed against Vic Mignogna. It was supposed to be his day of victory, but it's okay when Nick does it. It's okay when Nick does it. But the only difference between Nick going to Ron Toye and Monarch Riol's hearing and Timid Tiger going to his one is that when Nick was finished with the Ron Toye one, he ran out of the courtroom so that he could not possibly be confronted by Ron Toye, who showed up in a wife beater, because he was terrified of being beaten up by, a guy that threw a remote at his wife. He was terrified of that dude. And then he saw him later at a donut shop and he had to sneak out the back. not even joking, this is actually deepest Rekieta lore, is that he fled in fear from Rontoye and then had to do it again at a donut shop. He's like, I've got to get my flight back to Minnesota. But then when it's a woman, when it's Mama K, he's like, I'm going to run outside and get a photo of her. And you think you can take a photo of me in my personal courtroom? Rules for thee, not for me, as it is often with Nick Rekieta. All right, so there's this Stalin 19 clip. I'm not sure. Should we watch this? I got some food ready for me. Should I watch and nibble on this? There's a summary. I was going to read the summary. I think we'll give it a watch. We'll give it a watch. So check out Stalin 19 on YouTube. He's kind of like Alyssa Clips, but mostly does Devilverse stuff. We'll give it a listen. We'll give it a listen. It gives me a chance to have a bit of a snack.
Long story short, I left in kind of a hurry on Friday because Lady Rackets and I had marriage counseling, and which is also funny because like I don't know.
I mean, is that funny though? Do you have marriage? Hey guys, funny story. I've got marriage counseling. That doesn't sound like a funny story. That sounds like a sad story.
There was commentary about that. There was commentary about the marriage counseling, and people may get the wrong impression. It's not really their business. Lady Rackets and I are good.
Are you good? If you're good, why are you inviting porn stars over to your house?
Like we are good. We both want to stay together, and all that stuff.
we begrudgingly want to stay together. Oh my goodness! I guess that trust fund must be really valuable, right?
But we went through a lot. We put ourselves through a lot. We went through a lot, and then other people, the government, have put us through a lot. Kind of consequently, we bought those tickets. It's our issues. But like we've been through a lot, and so I don't know why people make a big deal out of something like going to marriage counseling or couples counseling.
Like I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. If you're on the rocks and you're trying to save it, I think that's generally a good thing. But the fact that you keep saying that you love each other and you're doing so well and everything's going so great, but we also have marriage counseling because I keep kind of used up ex-black porn stars.
Like if people want to stay together and they're willing to put in the work, then put in the work however works for you. We've been married a long time, and to just cast that off callously would be insane. I can't imagine it.
Shake Discord on you. That's in a second.
It's kind of wild to see people like making a big deal out of that. But
I mean, it's not that they're making a big deal out of it. Like it's embarrassing. Like, there's no situation where marriage counseling is good because you'd rather not have it than have it, right? But like people are going to talk, people are going to gossip. That's just a part of the internet. Nick said this. He's like the person that coined the phrase. Like if one person on the internet likes you, then another person hates you, which is good advice. But you just have to ignore the haters. This is, again, it's like that thing that lolcows have is they have this amazing ability to diagnose other lolcows and give them advice. But when it happens to them, it just goes all out the window. Yes, it's bad to be in marriage counseling. Just don't talk about it. People are going to gossip. Let them gossip. But you can't not respond to this.
We've been through a lot, and people have changed.
Also, I want to say that I hate the way that he's like, oh, the government put us through a bunch of drugs. No, it's the government came and intervened. And honestly, Nick would probably be dead if it wasn't for the government. His kids might be dead if it wasn't for the government. He was living in a crack shack house that he made of his own. Like it used to be a nice house. Then he completely destroyed it. But with his degenerate sex parties at all hours of the day and night, cocaine from 9 a.m. in the morning, can't even take his daughter to school without a cocaine bullet in his pocket that he has to ditch when the cops pull him over. The kids are getting hungry. They're complaining in church. They're smelly. They show up, and now your life's better. Like, I don't think the government should be involved in people's lives. But in Nick Rekieta's case, the government has objectively made his life better. This man, his fingers were going fucking blue. He's now talking about his vitamin B12 deficiency because he was doing too many whippets. Because he's so desperate to get high. So, yeah, you went through some shit. Can he recover from this? Maybe. But does this look like the man that wants to recover? Or is it a man that wants to cope and see and pretend that he was right? And it was, if it not for the government, I'd be perfectly fine, still on top of it. And then I'd have 100,000 live viewers watching me instead of the 400 on Rumble.
That's one thing you learn when you're in a relationship longer than a couple months. You start to learn that like you change and your partner changes, and you'll drift. Like you get busy. You get busy with life and you focus on other things, and you've got this secure relationship, so everything's good. So you drift, and then you're like, holy shit, we're like two different people now. And
so the reason he has to buy the Galaxy gas is because it's not really detectable on a drug test. Like he said, like he's been sober ever since he's been arrested. Maybe he hasn't had alcohol. Maybe that is the case. But he's been looking for legal highs constantly. And there's a very interesting trend you can notice that people in the Kiwi farms are starting to document. And that is that at the beginning of the month, when his Ritalin script is refilled or whatever, or the Adderall, whatever he's snorting, he has a lot more energy. And then towards the end of the month, he gets very lazy and he can barely string together an entire stream. And he has to like take these extended breaks or disappearances and things like that. Because again, that's like his government mandated drugs that he's now allowed. So he's still the same degenerate. It's just now he's a government mandated degenerate.
Maybe like you're not clicking like the way you were or whatever. And you can find yourself like living next to someone rather than living with them. And you get just busy, especially with kids, man. And each kid you add is busier and busier and busier. And you just every 6, 7, 8 years, like, trust me, it's going to come around and hit you like a hammer. You find yourselves a little farther apart than you maybe want. So you gotta turn the rudder, steer the ship towards each other again. But yeah, we've been through a lot, and what we consistently hear from professionals is like most people who have gone through what we've been through don't like their relationships don't make it. But you know,
is that like a good thing? Look, we went through wife swapping, arrest, cocaine. The government busted down our door and took our kids for 77 days. We're still together though. I'm not sure that's such a brag that you think it is, but okay. Congratulations, question mark. Why are you trying to find like April version 2 right now? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
We got a lot of practice, so we're pretty good at it. We've been through tough times before. Long before the internet. I'm sure we'll be, have our occasional tough times long after the internet is dead. I hate them. They're no fun.
What do you think is going to live longer, chat? Mr. Nicholas Rekieta of Rekieta Law or the internet? What does he think, that the internet's going to be replaced by holograms next week? And then all the AI is going to be making his content for him? And he's going to live in the metaverse forever? What do you mean, Nick?
But you go through stuff. But the weird thing is seeing people, though, criticizing, decision to work on your relationship. Like, that's wild to me.
I don't know if they're criticizing. I think it's just gossip. Like, people are going to say shit about everything. Like, if you say you like pineapple on pizza, people are going to shit on you for that reason. Like, just ignore them. Who gives a shit?
Relationships. Nice guy Mersh says, "Hey, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. I have some I have stuff I want to talk to certain people about, and it's not whoever just heard that and thinks it's your thing. It's not. I really just want to talk to Mersh about some of the shit that this person I know has been doing lately. Aaron. I don't know why I'm being coy about his name. That
he's scared. He's scared of the toad.
Aaron, because it's amazing to watch. Chipper Jones says Mersh is now known as American Cog. Love you, Nick. Is he? Okay. See, I'm not up on all the links.
Is Mersh is Mersh cross-dressing and cooking curries now? Is that what they mean by the American Cog?
Go.
It's not
what
right.
All the kids are up to these days. All I know is I get weird DMs. I get weird DMs from people all the time.
Why accept DMs? Like, you clearly can't be allowed to be around anyone else, or they're bad influences for you. Like, everyone gets like random DMs. Shit. Most people just ignore them because they don't need the mysterious anonymous affirmations from randoms on the internet.
And I see the strangest shit. I found out on the internet that I had invited an adult film actress to my home.
He absolutely did. Don't even pretend. Don't even fucking pretend. Now will it come out in 3 to 4 weeks from now? Trust the plan. That he was like, it'd be really cool if we hang out together, or why don't we meet up in Vegas and with my wife at the hotel room? But then he'll say like, well, I never invited her to my house. I have never lied. If you misinterpreted that as an invitation to my house, then you're a liar. Okay. We've seen it 1,000 times before. Like, it doesn't work on anyone except Nick's audience, who is still, for some reason, believe he did nothing wrong.
I didn't know I had done that, but I found out that I have. So that was fun to learn about. It's wild. I was just bitching about this to someone because it's like, One,
Why
people
are you
believe
bitching to
like,
random
that
people?
If you go online, and this is the new rationale that I've seen. Basically, if someone goes online and they do anything, the public is now entitled to every aspect of them. There's no respect for like anyone's privacy.
This is ridiculous. It's not the case. The people will talk about it. If you want to make money from the public space, then people are going to talk about it publicly. You can ignore it and just do your shit. That's what you need to do. Don't listen to people. Just do your thing.
People revel in the idea of like DMs being leaked and stuff like that, and it's insane. That's just normal for a segment of the internet now, and that segment is like all of it. Everybody's just fine with this idea that some people go online and make content like they do.
It's a very good point by Magna. It says, you invited everyone into your private life, moron. Indeed, this is exactly what happened. He invited them to come to locals. He invited them to take part in his degeneracy. There was Ass Wednesday. There was Wife Swap Wednesday or whatever. I don't know what it was. He brought them in. And now that he's getting backlash for it, like it was perfectly fine when all the wine aunts were sending him lewd pics and people were pretending to be chicks and trying to catfish him. Actually, oh look, we got potentially shown in the channel. It says, actually, I invited myself to her house. That's true. That's probably what happened. But now that he's getting shit for it, doesn't like it.
Something. And because of that, it's like, well, yeah, your DMs, your private life, nope, that's out in public and that's you. We want to know. It's like, oh my God.
I was gonna take a cheeky little bite there. Like I'm trying to find these pauses to sneakily eat my food. But like this is a crazy trick. I don't know about you guys, but this is a crazy trick. If you don't DM psychos, you don't get your DMs leaked. I don't know, like for some reason, there's just one simple trick. If you don't DM degeneracy to people that have a proven track record of exposing their DMs constantly, then they don't get into the public.
Crazy lady who's been stalking me through all of this because she's on a mission.
This is when she says stalking, she showed up at his court trials, his public court trials, which he has done himself. And he's a show that actually just focuses, well, I mean, it doesn't focus on court, but it like ostensibly focuses on covering the law and covering trials, which he's perfectly fine with. But if someone comes to his one, that's a bridge too far. That's some psychotic behavior. Now, being arrested for cocaine and having your second wife and everything, that's perfectly normal behavior.
Rescue my children from me. I have things to say about her, but I'll say this: she's batshit insane. She's also ugly. What is she? Of course, they always.
What has she done
are,
that's insane?
Right? You can't have like a hot stalker. It's always got to be some gremlin running around, following you to all your hearings, telling the world about like how evil you are. It's like when you try to be nice to him, and they're just like, God, he had an evil aura. That was my.
What does he mean? Try to be nice. When he saw her, he immediately thought this must be a Kiwi Farms woman. He ran outside and started taking photos of her so that he could talk about her later and expose her to people on the internet. What part of him was trying to be nice to Mama K? Do you like invite her over for a nice little Sunday lunch? Maybe a little bit of a coffee at Denny's, get a moon. What is it? The moon over my hammies? Or did you immediately just take pictures of her, call her a creepy weirdo loser? She just looks like a mum. She's just mum maxed. She just, look at any American woman in their like 40s or 50s. She looks just like Mama K. It's like, oh, this is a gross, disgusting creature, and she's crawling around on her belly, sneaking into my life and trying to save. No, she just went to your court case and gave her opinion. What you do, except she doesn't accept money for it. She's just doing it out of love of the game.
Favorite. I have an evil aura, but yeah. So this person misunderstands the
evil
conversation
aura, you mean he stinks.
that Ralph had with Scarlett, and all of a sudden, like everybody thinks that I was inviting Scarlett to my home. Like the logistical issues of doing that aside,
one flight ticket to Minnesota. I'll pick you up at the airport. What do you mean logistics? You drive 100 kilometers a day, or sorry, miles. You drive 100 miles a day, but bringing one Chicago Black Star to your house is, I don't know. I don't think that's possible. We simply do not have the technology to bring somebody to Minnesota. Or meet up with them at Vegas, which you're going to Vegas, like I guess next. Isn't it going to Vegas? Because isn't his court date the next day or something?
It's lovely, but like this isn't a thing. I don't like
Sneaking this
Kevin Brennan tried to make it a thing. That doesn't make it a thing. I'm not inviting adult film actresses over to my house. I don't think they would want to come to my house anyway. Wait, hey, you want to hang out with my kids? Like, it'd be fun. My goodness.
Whoa, what the fuck does that mean?
It's just wild to find out.
Wait a second. What?
I'm not inviting adult film actresses over to my house. I don't think they would want to come to my house anyway. Wait, hey, you want to hang out with my kids? Like, it'd be fun.
Distraction alert.
I love that. I love that animation so much. It's like I've got my own my logistical issues. He's broke. He's broke.
My goodness. But it's just wild to find out. And then this person like repeats this, and they're like, when do we get to ask questions about Rekieta introducing this unstable element into his children's lives? Like, you don't. If I was gonna have 50 porn stars at my house, it's not your business. Eat a bitch.
I'll remind you that when Scarlett Hampton first followed him on Twitter, he was jubilant. He was talking about it as like it was Christmas come early or something. He's like, "Oh my good guys, I don't want to brag or anything, but I just did get followed by a porn star. You know, she did follow me. I'm a very big deal, obviously." And like maybe if it was like a big name or something, it's not like a fucking I don't even know who's a big name in that industry. I don't know.
My God, this woman is crazy.
That's
She's
true.
Literally nuts, certifiably insane, and it's because like her
That
parents
sounds like a perfect match for Nick then.
or something while doing drugs, something like that. Some story akin to her being abused.
Haha, she was raped. That's why she wouldn't want to come to my house. Wait a second. Wait. If you say like this, like, so Nick is implying that Scarlett Hampton got into porn, specifically blacked.com, because her parents raped her. And then because of that, she wouldn't want to come to his house? Is there a danger of that happening? So it's a weird, I'm not sure that's the felt you think it is, but okay. It's not
By
the felt
someone
you're
else
looking for, sir.
means that everybody else is abusing everybody, because she's one of these people
very good
who
animation.
cannot fathom that other people have a different life experience than she does.
Then why are you talking to her? Like, if you don't want this person to be part of your life, you're just having a fun little, what do you mean? Just don't talk to her then. You shouldn't be a married man with 5 kids whose marriage is on the rocks and is going to marriage counseling so much that it's disrupting his daily income by canceling his shows and things, should not be in the DMs with an ex-porn star for any reason, or probably any woman, honestly, that isn't like a family friend or something like that.
She just doesn't know. And she's too retarded. Maybe because her parents are into retardation. I don't know. But she's too stupid to take on empathy.
I'll remind the chat at this point that Nick's mother decided to drink a bunch of wine while she was pregnant, but she thought it would make Nick smarter. And this maybe we're being too hard on Nick because he's actually retarded and it's his parents' fault.
Or sympathy, and realize that there is a different lived experience than yours that other people go through. That, not everybody has a creepy uncle or whatever. But my God. So like she's on a mission to rescue my children from her parents. That's
what has she done? Has she contacted CPS? Has she showed up at your house with a balaclava and like some rope and like a grappling hook to like scale and take the kids? What has she done? Except talk about this publicly on the Kiwi Farms, which a lot of people are doing. There's like, what is there, 100,000 pages or something? What has she done? Except from just publicly take part in something that you do on the daily, at least when you can fucking show up on time for your show.
What's going on. And it's creepy. Anyway. And she's, of course, fully supported by fat losers like Null. Bricktop Anarchy says, for something that's
so fat? Okay.
So ridiculous and preposterous. You're spending a ton of time.
I mean, like, Null's a little bit of a chunky boy. I'm not sure if I'd call him fat. I mean, no one's really seen a picture of him in years, so who knows?
Explaining why it isn't true. Oh, that makes it true. Oh, you got me. Holy shit. So smart. You don't have access to anyone's life. It's not yours. Here, I invite her to my house. Take that. You. What does that change? What does that do to anybody? How did your life get different?
Where's he going with this?
Just for clarity's sake, that was a facetious invitation. Again, Scarlett can, she and Ralph are having some sort of time. And
yeah, like it's pretty crazy. The Ralph stuff is actually quite insane. But like the 1 week in, I guess they're in Chicago, continues. It's pretty wild.
And I fully endorse whatever they are doing. Go tear it up. Go tear it up. They look like they're having an insane time. And I see a lot of interesting parallels. That's all I'm going to say. I'm smiling watching it because of certain things I know about both of them, and seeing some funny like reference going on. And he said it's wild to watch. It's very entertaining too. And I think at the end of the day, they're consummate entertainers. But no, I didn't actually invite that unstable element, although, never mind. I didn't actually do that, but people decided that I did. And then if you address it, it's like, oh, you must have. It's like, okay, I get, like, sure.
So why even bother addressing it? Just tell them just don't talk about it. It's really that simple.
It doesn't change your life. It doesn't change mine. It doesn't.
This is a good question actually in the chat. What's with the sunglasses? So Nick will tell you that he thinks it looks cool. What actually happens is that he was shining his light on his face and his eyes were getting tired, which does happen when you stream. Like, to be fair, that does happen. But it was giving him like beady little eyes, and he literally said that he hated the way he looked because he looked like a squirmy little weasel. So he put on the glasses so that you can't see his eyes darting around every other thing. Like every time someone says something mean, the chat, he has to like look down. To be fair though, that is one of the challenging parts of streaming. Actually, like, Casey Neistat, one of the most famous vloggers, who actually has a gremlin face, which is kind of like, if you ever think you're like too ugly for YouTube, just look at Casey Neistat. Fantastic content, but he is a gremlin. The same reason Casey Neistat wears the glasses, that every time when he was looking at the camera, he hated having to look at his own eyes. So they just do it so they can't see it. So he's literally trying to cover himself up, which is why he's now hiding behind his super chats, as we can see in... I love this image so much. Sorry, I'm going to show you again. He's trying to hide as much of his face as possible. This is so funny. Oh my goodness. Based on a true story. All right, go back to the thing. Oh, I forgot to like the video on Stalin's channel. There we go.
You can say something on...
All right. Oh, sorry. Sean says, for potentially $5, I don't know how much it's actually worth. You see, I'm a special type of drug addict. Unlike anyone else, we came out of this stronger, funnier, and cooler. My outcomes are super good. Yes, it's a very desirable position to be in the Rekieta household. Billy, with the thing, I checked the Discord while Nick was gabbing, and I'll take a look at that later, but not today's show.
Online over and over. It will never make it actually true. It's only true in your mind. Have fun with it. See, look at this person. What does it matter to you?
I didn't invite them to my home. I just started freely communicating with them for the lols. I mean, this is just true. But I love it the way the people just see through his bullshit. Even the people in Nick's chat can now tell it. Like, what benefit do you have in your life to talking to an ex-porn star if you are a married man whose marriage is so badly on the rocks that you need to cancel work days to go to marriage counseling? What possible benefit? How does this look to your children? You have 5 children. Some of them are becoming adults now, and daddy's just having a little bit of a goon session with someone on Instagram. How does this benefit you? There's no situation. Just stop it. Get some help. Too old for this, uncle.
Does it affect you in any way? Like, what does it mean? What does it do?
How does it like? This is again like, how does my life affect you? How does this chatter's life affect yours? Just ignore them. If you can't take it, turn off the chat.
Why does it bother you? Map Hanger says, I don't care who you have to your house or Rekieta Law. It's none of my business to begin with. But what's it matter to anyone else? I don't know. That's the whole thing. And so I did address it on Twitter, just because, like, I actually think this is really unfortunate, because though I have to address things.
Like, it's like this man thinks he's like a government or something. Like there's some sort of scandal. I have to come clean about the DMs with the ex-porn star that is now Ralph's girlfriend for some reason. That's the weirdest. That's one of the funniest twists that's happened this year, is that Ralph and them are together. They're like an item now. Very, very peculiar.
Though I have not invited the Scarlet to my house, there should be no issue with me doing so.
What?
I mean, assuming...
Wait a second. Wait, play it. You just said, like, you were going to... Why would you invite this person that was potentially molested, has a problem with drugs, and you think there's no problem to invite them to your house with 5 kids? What do you mean?
See, I haven't. Though I have not invited the Scarlet to my house, there should be no issue with me doing so. I mean, assuming No, see, I was about to fall into the trap. I was about to say, you know, assuming my wife was okay with it and stuff. That's for me.
Assuming my wife's fine with this. Honey, so you know that we're on probation from alcohol and drugs, and that the government took our children away before because we were so degenerate that we literally couldn't manage to maintain the facade of a normal life. How are we on the inviting raped drug addict porn stars over to the house for afternoon tea? Can we gauge a response? Warm, cold? Yes, no, maybe? I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
Me, though. That's for me and her. That's not for the internet to like have some like, oh my God, we have to rescue someone, because you have no idea what they're okay with, not okay with. You're also like the thing
that's true. You can do anything you want to do. It's totally up to you, but don't get salty when people make fun of you for it. That's simple. Like nothing really matters. Like this show that I'm doing now, it doesn't really matter. It's just for laughs. It's just so that people that are like, I don't know, they're at work, they're driving, maybe they're just chilling out or something. It's just to have a laugh. That's the only reason. That's the only thing I want from this, is that people to be entertained. But you don't have to police the internet, which is what he's trying to do. He wants to pretend that he doesn't like it, but this is exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to police people's behavior so that they leave him alone, so that he can just make snide comments and drink whatever he drinks now to get past the liquor probation and make money from it. But it's not working, which is why he has to beg for money now.
What makes me sad about Scarlett is it doesn't matter who it is. Everybody only sees a porn star. That's it.
Well, I mean, build 1,000 bridges and suck one dick. You're not a bridge builder, you're a dick sucker. And that's what happened to Nick.
That is
he empathizes with her situation.
Scarlett, how apropos, right? And that's really shitty. It is really shitty to shackle someone with their past forever. And
guys, can we talk about pasts? I think that we should just ignore the past. Man who was arrested for cocaine and had his children taken away, and one of them tests positive for cocaine. Maybe we should just forget the past. He was 2 years ago. Forget about it. It was boring. Oh my goodness, you're still talking. Oh, stop talking about that time the government took my children away and they tested positive for cocaine. Oh no, it's all in the past. Boring. I really wish I had that line clip. You know that clip from The Lion King where Simba's like, it's in the past, and then Rafiki like knocks him in the head. He's like, what'd you do that for? What do you care? It's in the past. Obviously, the past affects the future. All I want to do with Scarlett is to have a discussion about Kazakhstan. God damn it. Energy policy. Indeed.
Even people who are nice to her do the same thing. Everybody who invites her on their show, it's nothing but they cannot get pornography out of their minds when they're talking to her. And they miss.
Why are you talking to her? Would you talk to her for any reason if it wasn't that she was a porn star? That was the first thing you said about her. You said, guys, I can't believe this. I was just followed by a porn star.
The person that's behind it. They just do. And so that assumption, by the way, this is where I'm going with this. The assumption is that if I did invite this person to my house, that it would be
very funny if that's
for the purposes of sex. Automatically. That's the assumption. No matter what. People put that on
evergreen
and put that on anyone who communicates with her. And it's a damn shame, like, to see people do that. It's really shitty of them, because like that's, you know, that is a person. I don't know. People like forgot, I guess, that it is a person beyond their past and beyond their profession. And they just sit there and scream shit at her, like, get help and all this stuff. It's like, you're not helping. You're doing the opposite of what you're
like. What does he think that he can do for her? Is he going to fix her? He's going to be Captain Save-A-Ho? You were just complaining that Mama Kay is like, oh, she's going to try and rescue my children. Leave me alone, psycho. Oh, by the way, I can fix her. Like, he's literally doing this. He's like, I can fix her. That's what he's saying.
What you're professing to do.
This man has actually just become a meme.
Treat people like people first. But it's a shame that
people should just treat people like people first. Now, Mama Kay, she's a gremlin, cave troll, ugly beast. But people should just treat people like people, honestly, you know, to tell you the truth about it.
I even have to address it at all. I mean, I don't have to. It's a shame that it was something that people took any interest in. It's not their business. But I did not,
I did not.
Believe it or not,
I did not.
I don't. It kind of seems like there's some potential substance issues based on the live streaming that they've been doing. And I don't think that's a good thing to have around me right now. No matter what, I think that would be not great.
There's like I've got a clip where the toe gets a call from Ralph. I was going to play, where you can see. We'll see what he's talking about in just a second. But this is
not
true.
great for multiple reasons. Probation wise, I also just don't think
This is very true. Streamers are people.
It's not like family pizza
It's
environment.
perfectly
like,
legally okay to harass.
I don't even know where
actually.
this came from. Map Hanger says, "Are you simply attending Hackamania 3, or are you joining this little piggy again on stage?" I'm joining this little piggy on stage.
All right, let's put this up to 1.5.
I may also be doing something else. I may also be doing like I don't know. Melton mentioned me doing a stand-up set, like a 10-minute stand-up set.
Maybe he's actually going to stand up and leave because you're boring to them now.
So I don't know. I have to write jokes, I guess. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that or not.
Are the jokes?
If you haven't been following the Scarlett and Ralph saga, that's probably for the best. But long story short, Scarlett and Ralph are dating. They're an item. Ralph was up in Wisconsin or whatever visiting again. I think yesterday or the day before. And the night ends.
Sleepy boy.
Scarlett steps on a shot glass and cuts her foot open.
So I think the actual reality of what happened here is that Ralph threw a shot glass, it smashed, and then she stood on it, and then she was walking around bloody, and she went to the hospital. Ralph decided to flee back to Mexico, but he decided that he couldn't quit her, and he's back together again. There's actually a very funny. So like Ralph was back in the this is in the 28 Guns Later segment, but Ralph was about to flee back to Mexico, and like this toe warned him. He's like, Ralph, just get on that flight, get back to Mexico. He's like, I'm going back to her because I'm insane. One more round. Just one more round. It's still going. One more day. I can't quit you. It is very entertaining, though.
And she does a stream from the hospital and basically says what's going on. And she says, like, Ralph didn't cause the injury or whatever. She just stepped on a shot glass and cut her foot. But Ralph had a flight to catch, and so he wasn't with her or something. I don't know. It's kind of they're in some.
Is that like 2 for 2 for Ralph? Like every trip he goes, he gets another one in. The next beating's free, Scarlett. So it's the third one.
They're in some gonzo life shit, if you know what I mean by that. It is something else.
Oh, I don't, because I have a normal life where I don't have this weird shit happen to me. Nick, I'm sure, is very much aware of the life with a domestic abuser around, eh?
Ralph then calls in to Aaron Imholt's show.
Another win for the toe?
Of mine on the Steel Toe Morning Show, which is a steadily dying podcast.
I mean, Nick, like, I'll say this for Aaron, he does very well with a very small audience. I mean, allegedly, like, we don't know his numbers or anything, but he says he's claiming to make like a couple $100 every show. He streams twice a day. He's living his life. Nick, on the other hand, is complaining that he's begging for donations, which is what he's criticized the toe for in the past, because his show is the one that's steadily dying. I think like Aaron's got a small show, but it's doing fairly steadily, which is the reverse of what's happening for Nick. He had a big show and now it's dying. Bob Chip with the 5 says, when Nick addresses X, it inevitably ends up confirming it occurred and draws more attention to it. He's a victim of his own insecurities. Yes, he is. And he wears them on his sleeve too. He likes to think he's a master manipulator, but he really does need a book on how to deal with people. Perhaps Ron Toye could send him one of those.
He has been on a tear lately. He's been mentioning me a lot, which he had stopped for a while. But there's always a couple tells that something's going on in his life. And one of them is that he starts talking about me a lot. And there's some things that need to be addressed at some point, but not right now. I was going to let you guys in on. So there was just the reason that he's been freaking out, or one of the reasons, is that we had some exchanges in our restraining order case. I can't really talk about it because it's actually unclear. It's actually unclear what I can and can't talk about. But like
this should be more clear on the 10th,
details. But just know that some things happen, and it's going super swell for him. As always, it's always going perfect.
I mean, so far, I think the toe has kept the restraining order going for the better part of a year. That seems like it's going pretty well for him. How come you haven't squashed this already?
But anyway, so that's why he's been freaking out in regards to me and mentioning me a lot, because there's some interaction happening in the restraining order case. The other reason he's freaking out is just because his like income is tanking, his viewers are tanking, and
please tell me I still have the clip. Did I close it already? Damn it. I gotta find the thing of Nick begging for donations. Manny says, actually, speaking of Donos, says, for the Dinos, not the Baldos, eggs before ball sacks. There'll be another Dono stream this weekend, I think. I'm having a lot of fun with the Dino game again. I went off for a while. I kind of rage quit because they killed my boy, the Dilophosaurus. But the new systems are pretty good. It's a lot of fun. And the game's popping off too. Like it's even hard to get into the server now. Everyone's playing it.
Appears to be trying more and more desperate measures to reach his arbitrary goals that he set, that only he cares about. And it literally psychologically tears him apart. It's wild to watch. That's all backstory. None of that is important. There's one thing you should know about Aaron.
Psychologically tells
it's the funniest thing once you see it. He doesn't know anything about anything. He doesn't know like every subject he discusses, every one he gets wrong, all of them. It's almost impossible.
So, okay, so just keep in mind, he just said that Aaron is, his show's dying. The donors are drying up and it's psychologically destroying him. Nick's show, member show, daytime hangout, super tips. Super tips help your favorite streamer, me in case you forgot, with their self-esteem. Support your best friend, also me, today. How pathetic. How pathetic. Sad. Pathetic.
By statistically, he talks about so many different things. He should get something right, and he just doesn't, ever. It was amazing. So Scarlett steps on this shot glass, cuts her foot, does a live stream. Ralph then calls in to Aaron's show to, tell the world that he didn't.
It's a good call.
He didn't cause the injury. He wasn't in the room when it happened, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fine. Nothing wrong there.
Did not hit.
Aaron then goes on this guidance counselor kick, and he starts talking to Ralph. He's like, now, what are we going to do to try and make sure that this doesn't happen again?
All right, well, why don't we just watch the Aaron clip? I think that's enough of the Baldo Lord there. But all right, so that was on Stalin's channel. Very, very cool. So going into the 28 Gunts later, it's keep going. He can't quit him. So this is allegedly what's happened from the Kiwi Farms. They say, in the early morning, Lovebirds, Scarlett, and Ethan Ralph had some sort of domestic abuse incident. In 2 live streams, Scarlett was seen bleeding and ranting bizarrely. Most of that can be gleaned as Ralph threw a shot glass at her, broke it, and she stepped on it. Ralph apparently broke her finger, and then he threw her to the ground, and then Ralph ran away. The live streams ended with her being escorted out of the hotel. Now, I don't know this for sure, but this is what people are speculating on. All right, so then Ralph calls into the tow because there's one arbiter of truth and facts in the sector, and that is Mr. Aaron Holte. This is on Alyssa Clip's channel. I'm going to like the video real quick for him. So this is Ethan Ralph calls in.
Guest on the line, and we're going to do this real quick because I know he's got a flight to catch and everything. Right, joining us now on the phone, we watched the video on Twitter earlier. I don't know if he's watched it at all. It is the one they affectionately call the Ralph Male, the host of the illustrious Kill Stream.
There's some weird stereoscopic thing happening with Johnny here. Like his head's like too far forward or something. I'm not sure. It's like it's popping out of the screen. Maybe it's just the lighting.
Then Ralph is here. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, give me 1 sec because
no.
All right.
My audio is a little crazy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I had a little run-in.
Okay.
Let's
start.
I'm trying to give me 1 sec. I
love the way Ralph talks about things. He's like completely drunk at the airport.
Yeah, you're fine.
He's like, some stuff happened.
My earbuds do not.
This is going
Go
great.
on.
I thank you for having me on the show. So
now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
I apologize for technical difficulties. Okay, all right. So I can hear you. Whatever.
Let me ask you. Let me start with this. Have you seen her half-hour video?
No.
Okay. She posted something on Twitter. She live streamed it.
Is this really 1.5?
Yeah.
It was, her foot was cut open. She was bleeding on the sidewalk. She said she stepped on a glass or something. She said that
I will. Yeah, I'll tell you. And this is known to the hotel lobby. She came down and I was actually out of the room, and she said she cut her foot, and she came down and her foot was bleeding. That's true. And she told that to the lobby, and I decided that I needed to leave. Right. And so.
This is pretty good survival instinct for Ralph. He's actually drunk. Most people would just stay in the situation. He's just like, you know what? I should probably just retreat to Mexico. Cheeky little flight back to Merida while the getting's good. I mean, Scarlett's going to pay for him to come back to America, so he may as well. He's like, she's paying for the entire thing, I think.
I actually care about her. That's unfortunate for me. And, I hate that that's true. I do care about her.
Sure.
I just talked to her 5 minutes ago, and I wish that wasn't the case, but I do care about her, and she's getting bandaged up and whatever. I'm at the airport.
Do you think that if you, and I don't know everything, I'm not trying to intrude, but do you think, is it possible that if you do care about her, that maybe some kind of psychiatric care or some kind of cleanup program might be necessary?
Listen, come on. Come on, bro. That's up to her. Whatever she wants to do personally, but
Sorry, I'm typing in the background. Johnny's face reminds me of something that I don't know how to describe it or how to search for it, but like, you know, when like anime characters like freaking out and the camera is too close to their head. I think it's from Eva. I think it's like one of these sort of poses, you know, but I can't find the one that I'm thinking of. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I think you've probably been following what's going on, and I love her. I know that sounds crazy. People are gonna like rag on me or whatever.
A little.
I do love her, and I love her, but I ain't going to jail on some bullshit, right?
I mean, she's already kind of put you in a position to go to jail for some bullshit.
Johnny's face is so good in this one. It's like, I mean, I love the bitch, but I ain't going back to fucking jail for her. I mean, that's just pragmatic, honestly. Like, you know, to tell you the truth about it.
So I just don't want to see any human being like just have this kind of shit happen to them, whether it's her, whether it's you. So like, what can we do in the future to mitigate these things and make sure they don't happen?
Okay, all right. You want me to? I will say that, of course, it's hard to give advice. Like, this is a unique situation, right? And so
I mean, I think that's probably Aaron making the white person face. I mean, I would say this is a pretty unique situation, honestly.
Most people are probably not going to run up on like this type of situation,
right?
But yeah, if you do run up on this situation, protect yourself. I don't know what to say. I was in the car with an Uber driver, and we talked about this whole thing, actually.
Oh, your poor Uber driver.
Dude, he was so cool. He was so cool, actually. And
so wait a minute. The blonde girl is doing ample amounts of drugs, and you have not been to sleep.
Is that an Indian impersonation? That's probably the worst Indian impersonation I've ever heard.
No, it wasn't like that. He's a black guy.
Oh, okay. So he already knows about Scarlet then.
In my, Ethan Ralph, in my country, when a woman behaves this way, we bury her up to her neck and throw rocks at her until she is dead, my friend.
No, he was like, you made the right call. And, you know, if I'd hung around there for 5 more minutes, you know, might be a different story. And
he's got the gun sense. It allows him to get out of danger and somehow escape with
cameras all over the fucking hotel. So, I don't know. I feel bad about it, actually. And I wish I didn't. You know what I mean? Like
why can't I quit you?
Care about this person, but I do.
Yeah. I know you do, and I kind of, in a way, I've been in a version of where you're at, I suppose, and I can tell you this: you're not going to make them better.
Really
you're not
like
going to make them improve. That's something they have to do on their own. And maybe you need to perhaps get out of the blast radius for a little while and
get out of the black radius.
I totally agree, and I tried to tell her that it's not good for me or her, right?
Because like you look, man, you got and we have this in common, so I'm gonna play this card to you. You got kids, buddy, and you don't. I'm sure you wouldn't want to see your children in the shape she's in, and you don't want to be with someone.
I want to say this: she's a good person, actually, deep down, and so. You know, I can sit here and trash her.
Like Aaron Brockovich.
You know, that'd be easy to do.
She's a whole with a heart of gold.
I don't.
What do you want? Was that Aaron Brockovich? I don't know.
Appropriate.
I'm not asking you to trash her. What I'm saying is that maybe compassion now looks like distancing yourself a bit and encouraging them to maybe help themselves.
Yeah. Like,
well, no, you're not wrong. And I sit here and think about, like, I said this on air, and I love her. I'm not trying to trash her at all, but, like, she drinks like people think I drink. And so, you know, Vegas and all this stuff, I don't know. We'll see if it goes down.
Apparently Vegas is off the table, but you never know because Ralph is a very unpredictable character. But the theory was he was going to show up in Vegas and hackamania and cause some trouble. But it may be that the Zuluminati has gotten to him because he sent those pictures of his son to Rekieta when he was chatting with him. Because that's the only reason Nick talks to men, is that he can try and find some dirt or something to manipulate with them with.
Oh, your voice went. Your headphones disconnected a little bit, or something. Ethan Ralph on the line, boys and girls.
No,
there you go.
We're back.
She's calling me.
Is Aaron aging backwards? He still looks like younger. Is it just because he's like removed the proximity to Nick, or is it because he's getting a little bit chunkier? It looks like he's got a bit of a double chin. I'm nobody to judge on honestly in this situation. I'm a bit chunky myself, but looking young. So I guess it's another win for the toe.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Why don't? Hey, but buddy, don't go back.
I just want to say, hey, can I say this? Can I say this? Like, I was not bullshitting at all. I actually really enjoy your show.
Thank you.
And so
Wait, it's actually a win for another win for the toe. Another
enjoy
one.
Your show.
Thank you.
And so I think some people think I was like bullshitting or whatever.
Ralph's
no,
choice.
I actually enjoy your show. And so,
well, hey man,
things happen. You know how it goes, right?
Yeah.
We talked in private, and I want nothing but the best for her. And so it's unfortunate.
But I think maybe, you know what, for yourself, for your own health, I mean.
Big Mac Orange says, legless Johnny looks rough. Look, we don't stand for that sort of these sort of comments in my chat, okay?
It's pretty early in the morning and you've had a really long night. Get back to Mexico safely, clean up a little bit, and tomorrow's a new one, and make it better than today was. And just
that's right.
Kind of reevaluate things. And brother, I'll tell you this: I hate to be the annoying recently recommitted Catholic, but it is my job to spread the word. And Holy Week's a good week for starting over in Resurrection, my man.
Well, you know what? Mexico is very holy, right? It's like 95% Catholic, and
there's they love the Catholics down there. Pod Lucky with a 20 says, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hey, Mark. But yeah, that's everyone knows that you want to clean yourself up, you go to Mexico. That's very good for sobriety.
I don't know. I'm my own person, right?
Go to mass. Your soul, your insides, everything. It'll feel fuller. It'll feel better. You'll start to maybe find
Thank
some
you,
answers.
brother. I just want to call in and let people know I did not cut her foot or whatever the fuck.
Cut her throat. No, she did not accuse you of. She did not accuse you of cutting her throat. I want to say that first and foremost. She did not accuse you.
She didn't actually.
No, she said that you threw her skull. That was the quote.
Huh?
I did not throw.
So Ralph and Mail like reaching into people's like under their skin and ripping out their skulls like a what is it? Mortal Kombat finisher move. Gunt over here. And he just rips out your skull.
Okay. Like I said, I tell you what. Do not let her talk you into leaving the airport. Get on.
This is good advice. So this is what Nick was seething about. Don't go back to her. Get on the flight to Mexico.
Plane. Go back to Mexico. Regroup. And make tomorrow better than today.
Feed the cats.
Okay, we're
Feed the cats,
people are pulling for you. Oh, I think we lost.
Is he gone?
Yep.
Did we lose him?
Ethan Ralph, boys and girls.
Guntality. Anyway, I kind of ruined it already. But spoiler alert: Ralph decided not to go back to Mexico. I'm going back in, boys. Going back to it because I'm insane. I mean, who knows? Maybe this will have a happy ending. I don't think so though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It has been a very entertaining arc. Like 2020. Oh yeah, somebody in the chat actually found it. Like this is kind of what I was thinking of. Yeah, like the weird, not this one in particular, but like the weird anime like angles. That's what I was thinking of. You got it. All right, I gotta eat lunch. I gotta get back to work. And stream tomorrow? Question mark. We'll see. Thanks for the support and peace. See ya.
Now it's time to see which of our stories are based. Was this story based? Yes. Was this story based? Yes, it was. If you thought this story was based, you're right. This tale of a mysterious force protecting a pharmacy is based. Is this story based? Did you think this one was based? If you thought this one was based, you're right. This story of a gun that wouldn't fire at innocent people